What's up, retro gamers, and welcome to episode 17 of Game Overcast. I just got shot with a rubber band. In today's episode, we're going to talk about dancing like a monkey. And E3, woo!
Mainly E3.
Roll the intro.
No, you were poking the air like a gerbil that was really angry at the sky.
Yeah. There's invisible little gerbils, and I'm poking them.
Dancing.
That's called dancing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Game Overcast. I am your host, Matt. And once again, I am joined with the diminutive and yet very noisy Brittany.
Hello.
And I have John over here on my right. Your left, my right. Wait, are you?
Hello.
Right? Is it their left?
It's their left.
Their left, okay. On that way.
Yep.
Anyways, so
That.
directions up, whatever. So let's start things off with a little bit of now playing. The news we're going to skip pretty much entirely, just because we have a rather long E3 discussion about things and stuff. So now playing, I guess we can start with their right.
Yeah.
They're right. Oh, Brittany! She's going to tell you what you played.
So I have been playing Little Nightmares. It's perfect. If you haven't played it, play it. It deserves a 10 out of 10 because it's perfect. And the soundtrack is awesome. And it's like a platformer with puzzles. And it's awesome. Really dark game, but really awesome.
So what is it exactly? It's like a platformy thingy-ma-wingy, or?
Kinda, yeah. It's like...
Puzzle
how do I explain-
platformer?
Yeah, it's kind of like a puzzle platformer.
You have to try to figure your way around things, right? And how to get out of areas.
Yeah. And you get put in like these rooms, things chase you. You have to figure out how to get out of the room.
Very scary fat people.
Yeah, the chefs are pretty terrifying.
Oh God. Ugh. So I've played the game also.
Yeah, and everything's trying to kill you. And yeah, and you're just figuring out how to progress to the next stage.
You don't know. They might just want to be friends half the time. Well, no, I mean, the
Yeah,
first
okay.
guy with the long arms, he might just want to like snuggle with you with his long arms.
Yeah.
And, no,
He wants to kill you.
it's like Limbo. If you have
Yeah.
if you played Limbo, it's a lot like that.
Okay.
This really awesome soundtrack. You're this cute little tiny girl thing in like a raincoat.
Yeah, Six is her name.
Okay.
Randomly enough, I'm not sure. I must have missed that part.
It's just
watching Stranger Things.
It's a good thing for pop culture to start picking numbers for names.
Just numbers. It's easy to remember. It's like, it's 6. Got it.
But it's super artistic. It has like this kind of somebody said this, and I think it really fits. If like Tim Burton and Miyazaki had a love child, and it was a little screwed, it would totally be.
And they made a game.
And they
Okay.
and it made a game. It would totally be Little Nightmares.
Something I would
Because
probably
it's very
enjoy.
whimsical and like, but also very dark.
Yeah, it's all at once kind of like happy and then really creepy. And you're like this big creaky boat city thing, but there's like little gnome things running around with paper hats, like just like big dunce caps. There's like rolling around
Yeah,
everywhere.
and the art is very Burton-esque.
Okay.
And they're
So,
like the
it's
collectibles,
really cool.
so you have to find them and hug them, and then they go about their little merry little way, and they'll follow you around, and you jump, they'll go like, oh, and like hop along
They're
after you.
super
They're really
cute. But yeah, it's really
a
good.
terrifying game, also, but no, it's really good.
Okay.
I approve.
But it is an indie game. It's not super long, so if you play it, you can beat it probably in about, 3.5 hours?
3.5, 4 hours. If you want to
3.5,
collect all
4
the stuff,
hours.
it'll take you longer.
For sure.
That's still not bad,
It's a
though.
$20 game. It's really cheap.
Yeah,
It's really good.
but it's totally worth playing. And then once I was done, I was like, okay, I have to play it again.
Yeah.
You know, just to soak in. A lot of the story is inferred, which I really like.
Okay.
I don't think there's any dialogue at all. Is there?
No,
Really?
none whatsoever. And what I really like about that is they wanted you to feel isolated. They wanted you to feel alone. And so that's why there's 0 dialogue.
Okay.
It's freaking awesome.
Just you.
That actually
and
sounds pretty
gnomes.
good.
It's super cool.
Are they called gnomes?
Yeah, they're called
Okay,
gnomes.
gnomes. Cool. Like little midgets
But
running around.
that is what I've been playing. And Injustice 2, which is
Eh,
surprisingly very fun, because you know me, I hate fighting games. Except Street Fighter 2. That is the best fighting game ever. Fight me. And
cheap Chun-Li user right here.
she's the best.
What do? I mashed the B button.
What can I say? I'm amazing with her. I'm just saying.
yeah. Yeah.
But I hate fighting games, but Injustice is really fun. I really like it.
Okay.
It's actually not bad. It's got a gear
I still
system.
can't get into the fighting games. But that's just me. I'm not saying that they're bad. It's just not my thing.
It's
get bored.
It's gorgeous. Like really, really pretty.
Okay.
The story mode has like big old long cutscenes, so it's actually got this big, decent, like cool comic book story mode, and it has gear. you can get gear and like RPG stats and stuff, and it's weird. But then you like customize the way your people look and stuff and everything, and so it's got surprising depth for a fighting game.
Sort of how like Soul Calibur, you can get new weapons and things like that.
It's the whole thing, like gloves and armor, and
each of them can do different things.
And you can level up your character too. That threw me off.
Okay.
So
it's
pretty
weird.
All right.
It's still a fighting game. It's still kind of Mortal
still
Kombat-y,
won't play it, but
it's worth fiddling with at least once or twice. I think. Yeah. You can still spam things really, really bad with Batman and Deadshot. I'm zoning. No, you're not. You're being a jerk. So is that it, Britt?
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So I'm playing a couple things. I just picked up finally, thank you, Shelby, found a really good copy of Stretch Panic.
Okay.
PS2. And for people, most of you who don't know what Stretch Panic is, it's in the game by Treasure, which is the greatest game developer of all time. Gunstar Heroes, Guardian Heroes, the McDonald's game. Don't look at me, it's good. Stretch Panic is another one of these weird, kind of twisted, you're like this little girl who has to save her sisters from essentially what is hell. And you have a scarf that's possessed, and you have to like grab things and be like, sorry. That's the whole game. It's just really weird, whimsical, kind of druggy, kind of. You get the pattern here with what I play. It's a thing.
That also has a Burton-esque style.
Very much so.
Yeah, it does.
It has that sort of like Katamari feeling where it's very Japanese. Just the possessed scarf, and you have to pinch things to death.
I remember seeing the cover for that now. Yeah.
It's super awesome. I'm playing that, and then I also picked up Prey, made by Arcane Studios. That's right, the guys who did Dishonored. That's Arcane, right?
I can't remember.
Well, either way, it's the guys who made Dishonored, so it's good. It's good, and it's stressful. I can only play it in chunks.
Why is that?
So the premise of Prey, without giving too much away, is
Oh, things poke in the eyes.
It's Arcane Studios
poor
saying,
Matt.
oh, we can make a Bioshock game, but the plasmids, you do this with them.
You have problems with like things touching eyes.
Just
and
a smidgy.
Stuff.
But that's not why. That only happens once.
Oh.
Wait, so every time you want to use this, you have to?
It's only the first time. It's only the cutscene.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have just taken nip.
No, but I mean the character in the game, though.
Yeah.
Like it may not show the sequence.
Every time he's like, oh, God. Okay, cool. I can run faster. Let's go.
Oh, no, thank you.
They're showing diagrams, and it like shoves needles through the soft spot of your eye back in here and does things to your brain. I'll be a normal human. Screw you.
I could live without powers if I had
Don't
to do
care.
that.
I'm all right. Stick it wherever else you want. Take what you want from that. No.
Powers, but a needle in the eye? Yeah, okay.
Good for you. You can fly me around.
Yep.
I would rather take radioactive spider, and you know how much I hate spiders. No thanks.
It's like things I'd rather do to have superpowers. Everything. Cool. But without spoiling too much, because it's a cool like cyberpunk. It's more System Shock than Bioshock, but that same style of game. You're in space, which is cold, and there are aliens. And you've never played Prop Hunt before, but you know what Prop Hunt is?
No, I actually don't know that one.
Okay, it's like a Gary's Mod game where you run around and people can take the form of different props or objects, so like boxes or bottles or stuff like that.
Okay.
So these aliens, which look, you know what a head crab looks like from Half-Life?
Yeah.
They're like that, but black, sinewy tentacle monsters.
Okay.
So they can become anything they want. So you walk into a room,
and it could be a couch.
It could be a couch. It could be anything that could be like grabbed or moved. So filing cabinets, videotapes, whatever.
Coffee maker.
Yes, actually, coffee maker. And as you walk by, they come to life in each face.
Sounds fun.
Oh, it's great. It's great fun.
Okay.
But so, like, you've seen Aliens, right?
Yeah.
So there's a scene towards the end of Aliens where Ripley's like holding Newt, and she's in the room with the Queen, and they're surrounded by eggs, and they're having this kind of standoff. And one of the eggs opens, and Ripley's kind of like looking around, being all careful, and then the egg opens. She's kind of like, so that's every time I walk into a room and pray, except I have no ammo, so it's more like with my wrench, just dink. Okay, cool. Dink. Okay, cool. Dink. Oh, Jesus! So, great game, only in small nuggets.
All right.
But yeah, so that's great. That's all I... And I still haven't had a chance to play Persona yet. Any more than the last time I spoke to you. It's ridiculous. I want to so bad. I have other people that have had like 100+ hours in the game, Alexa.
Please.
I'm like, nope, haven't had time.
Get a life. Do things.
I want to have the time to play Persona. It's not fair. But that's me. What about you? I know one because I just saw you doing it.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I was waiting for you guys. I'm playing through the PC Morrowind again. Not the online not going to do it. But the original.
You don't like Elder Scrolls Online?
I don't. It's not that it's bad. It doesn't feel like Elder Scrolls to me.
Agree 100%.
So no, I can't.
Because you're doing like questing and stuff.
But the mechanics for an Elder Scrolls game don't really work as an online game,
like
so I can't sneak around
because
and another
the
player.
mechanics in Elder Scrolls don't really work. No, I'm kidding.
Oh!
I'm joking. There was a broken quest that we had though.
Well,
It was,
the Gray Fox
never
quest,
fixed
yeah.
itself.
Okay, so that aside, yeah, no, there are quests that do that, but that's kind of a Bethesda thing.
It's almost like a tradition for their games to be broken as
There's
hell.
something. They're a little over ambitious. Morrowind didn't have that many problems for me, but I think it was a little bit more simplistic. I think one of the craziest things about Morrowind is you hit areas where everything is named. Everyone is named. Why? I don't care about that bandit's name. I'm going to kill him and take his stuff.
You just killed Steve, and Steve has a family who loved him.
That was generic red shirt. Steve, I don't care. So, no. But either way, I'm going through Morrowind again. I don't know why that one's still my favorite. I'm not going to say it's the best. It does need tweaking. The hit system is terrible in it.
That's
but
what
it's very
killed it.
old school RPG.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it makes sense to me. I still mod that every time, though. Just so it's a little bit more fun for me to get into.
Less
that.
dice rolly combat.
Well, if not, I'm always doing magic constantly because otherwise I'm just shooting arrows at things and it's just never hitting. So there's a couple good mods out that make it a little bit more realistic in my opinion. But other than that, I'm going through Super Mario RPG
Ooh.
for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, I've tinkered with it a few times, but I'm actually trying to play through it and finish it.
What do you think of the really spiffy timing-based critical attacks and stuff like that?
I love any time-based turn-based RPG that allows me to do that, like Legend of Dragoon, where it wasn't just hit the button, wait for the attack. No, I can actually chain these attacks into more impressive moves, or at least get more damage or bonuses. I think it's a great mechanic. It makes it more interactive, and I'm not sitting there bored.
Less. It's still turn-based, but turn-based with features.
Yeah, turn-based plus.
The first time I played Mario RPG, I just hated it for some reason, and then I played Final Fantasy VIII, which had the same system with the Gunblade, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, and then I went back and played it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool now.
Did you like RPGs when you played Mario RPG, or was it
No.
like the first one you tried?
I think I played it before I played 7, and I was like, what is this? This isn't a Mario game. That's a cloud. No.
Did you know what it was going to be?
No.
Okay, well, I can see that.
I was a stupid child. Wow. Wow. Okay. I expected like.
I was
Crickets.
expecting just child, but you know.
Well, that hasn't changed. I mean, it doesn't mean much. Sorry. You can understand that, right? With it, it's talking through tea, whatever. But anything else?
No. Currently, I'm trying to stick with just those two. I want to get through them because I jump around too much.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
I get bored after a little while of playing, and then I have to try something new.
Awesome. So we have something new that we actually tried. I was looking through stuff for E3, and I just happened to find like a today in video games history kind of thing. So I found some cool like random things like today, which is May 22nd, by the way. You'll be seeing this on the 1st or later, but May 22nd. In 1980, Pac-Man first hit arcades in Japan. Okay. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
In 1998, Unreal come out for the first time.
Really?
Yeah. And if
Unreal.
the actual game Unreal.
The game. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not talking the engines
No.
and all that crap because that was later.
Yeah. Before there was
no,
Gears
it
of War.
didn't. I
and
don't think so, but all right.
everything running on Unreal Engine. It was actually a pretty crappy sci-fi shooter. Yeah. And then Unreal Tournament came out, and that was amazing. Thank you, Cliffy. But yeah, this was way like the first thing. One of the first things I think that I forget the name of the studio anymore, but it was one of the first things I think they did, as I recall. Could be wrong. Fact check me, whatever. Okay. The other cool thing I thought was awesome, and I'm going to butcher this, and I'm sorry. Today is Tetsuya Mizuguchi's birthday. Which is one of the. He's responsible for being the producer on a lot of cool things like Child of Eden, Rez, Space Channel 5.
So all those games
Lumens.
that I just put my headphones on, don't really care how well I do. I just play them.
That's right,
fun.
baby. I
fine with
love
that.
stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of hit and miss with rhythm games. Like, I don't like Space Channel 5. I hate Bust a Groove with the Righteous Passion. Just don't. I know. But
You have
if
no
it's
taste.
Amplitude, if it's Rez, I've played Child of Eden for 14 hours straight. Don't judge me for You're already judging me, whatever.
I
But
remember when you did that.
yeah, that was great.
Holy crap.
So I love those kind of games. I want there to be more. I want there to be a PSVR Child of Eden because I already have the Res, and that's great. I played that a couple times over now. It's so good.
And I need to pick that up because I was told recently by other people other than just you that it's good. So,
wow. Thanks, John. But it's so good.
Once I get enough input, then I'm like, fine, I'll do it.
You aim with your head, just like ding, 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 and just it works.
I have to tell this story because I remember when you played Child of Eden. I went to sleep, and he was playing Child of Eden. Then I wake up in the morning, and he's like still playing. He's in the same exact position, playing Child of Eden, and he's like super bug-eyed. And he's like, you can tell he hasn't had sleep. It was crazy.
And she gets up. I'm like, what are you doing? And she says, it's 11 in the morning. I look out. I'm like, oh, daylight. What have I been doing with my life?
That's a place
That's
to
pretty
be
fun.
again.
Yeah, it's like, it's great. and if you play Child of Eden, there's like 5 levels. So I had that game memorized by the end of the night. I was like, we got this. We got this. It was so good. Ugh. High scores all across. It was awesome. What?
You were so entranced.
It's because it was fun, man. Don't judge me. Well, once again, don't judge me more than you already are, but that's fine. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. Come back, do some E3 talk, a lot of speculation, not many facts.
I get to learn things because I refuse to pay attention to any of
Woo!
this.
It's gonna be great. We'll be right back. Summertime is here, and Game Over Videogames is heating things up with some awesome sales. Are you on the email list yet? No? Well, you're going to wish you were, because we send out awesome deals for you to use in-store and online every week, some of which only folks in the know can use. So what's the holdup? Drag your butt out of the pool and get down to Game Over Videogames today. All right, welcome back. Did you enjoy that message where it was probably just me talking to you some more? You cannot escape me. All right, I guess you can just turn it off. So we are going to get cracking with E3, and we broke it down, so we'll probably start talking about, the holy trinity, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, go through what we expect to see, what we'd like to see, what we know about, what we, don't know about, stuff like that. I talk about what I don't know about all the time. I've made a career out of it. It's great. So let's start with probably the quick. This show is unbiased. We are not fanboys in any particular direction, except for in the giant robot department. As far as consoles, we try to call it as we see it.
I wouldn't say I'm a fanboy. I do say that I have a strong opinion what I think sucks.
There you go. Before we start, I actually ignored our question of the month thing here, so let's get that out of the way right fast.
Okay.
Still talking about E3, what, in your opinion, has been your favorite E3? You don't remember the year, but like your favorite announcements.
My favorite E3 was a few years ago when Sony knocked it out of the park.
Unbiased show. We call it as we see it.
Like when they put out that commercial right
I'm a
after.
Sony child.
That commercial they put out about how you want to share your games.
That was so
right
cheeky,
after Microsoft
Sony.
was
I
just
love
like,
you.
no, you buy a game, it's yours for life.
Or the play games on our console, watch TV on theirs ads they were putting up.
Oh yeah, they were vicious.
Yeah.
That was a bloodbath.
It was
That
amazing.
like harkens back to like the Nintendo. The Sega does what
Nintendo
don't. Commercials.
Well, it was
Yes.
because we were so used to, like, if you were a Sony fan, you were used to being trampled on for a little bit.
Yeah.
The 360, bro.
For a while there. Yeah, the 360 gained popularity, and I think it got a little more popular. Microsoft got a little more popular there for a while. So
Yeah.
it was, I grew up with Sony, Nintendo and Sony. So
And right
it
now,
meant a
those
lot to
seem
me.
to be doing the best.
Yeah.
Yes, and that means a lot to me because I love them.
Unbiased show. We call it as we see it. Okay, so that's yours.
Yes.
How about you, John?
The one I remember most is all those tech demos they were doing for Oblivion when it was coming out. So, it looked beautiful, but then when you got into the game a little bit, it kind of all looked like plastic.
Plastic
There was a little bit too much
fantasy.
shine. I didn't like that they made. I had a lot of problems with Oblivion, even though I still love the game, but I modded the hell out of it.
That glass armor looked really pretty, though, because of that shine. It looked great.
That alone, but what it needed most was never have enemies level with you. That's stupid, Bethesda.
It worked in Final Fantasy VIII.
Nope, still don't like it. I would rather be able to walk into a place and realize very quickly that I should not be there. Because it gives me a goal.
Well,
It gives me this thing to work towards.
to counter that, then 8 still had, like, a base cap
Yeah.
for enemies. But when you would go back, they would level with you past that. So nothing was ever boring. But if they're just always at that kind of level, was that how it was in Oblivion? I don't remember that.
Oblivion, things leveled with you. So as
I played it for a long time.
if you rush through the main story, it was much easier. If you just did it really quick and got it out of the way. I do the same thing every time, though. I join the Thieves and Mages Guild first and burn through their quests. And then when I'm doing the regular quest, trying to get through that, the Daedra I'm fighting at that point kind of sucked. But that's an easy fix if you're playing on PC.
Yeah, just mod the hell out of it. Yeah. Cool. All right, so me, and this is, once again, this is Matt Haste, Nintendo Matt here. My favorite E3 was the GameCube announcement.
That was actually...
So good, man. You know, they had all the demos with the Mario 128 demo, the really cool, dark, gritty Zelda that ended up becoming Wind Waker. You know, just the GameCube I love because, you know, it's not my favorite console, but, you know, the Eternal Darknesses, the Mario Sunshines, the
That could be
Cubivores.
one of the reasons people didn't hit on Wind Waker so quick because they saw
They
this
were
demo,
pissed, man.
And then they got cartoons.
I mentioned that on the Zelda show where I was like, I was one of the naysayers. I was like, where's my dark and gritty Link?
Yep.
And now Wind Waker's my favorite Zelda of all time.
It's the best.
I think it's great because as much as I hate on Nintendo,
They have
I
great
want-
shows. They make
when
you
they
wanna
used to
keep
have
buying
shows
their stuff. And
and didn't put on puppet shows and stuff, and it's like Brit's mentioning when
I'm okay with the puppet show.
when
What?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nintendo. Oh, but sorry. When she's talking about how the E3 were a couple years back, where Sony may have beaten the living heck out of Microsoft. We're an unbiased show. We call it as we see it. That time, Nintendo was in the back, like
Sony.
Wii U, whatever, just staying out of the mess.
yep. We're doing our thing
It's
that
terrible.
we should not have done.
Oh well, moving
whatever.
right along. Okay, so cool. So let's start off with the quicker of the three studios here.
We are not a biased show.
We call it as we see it.
Oh my goodness.
I see this put out of this is a subtitle just flashing when we say something stupid. So constantly.
Yeah.
So Microsoft,
yes. They still exist.
they are hyping the
software
heck out of
company.
it. The Windows. It's all been uphill since Vista. That's all I got to say about that. Anyways, so we know we're going to see the Scorpio, and they're hyping the heck out of the Scorpio.
For sure.
So what we know about the Scorpio so far is it's going to be bigger, better, stronger Xbox One with 4K gaming and all kinds of cool stuff. And that's great. I still want to see it actually work first because the PS4 has 4K gaming too. And some stuff looks really good and some stuff doesn't look really good. And
I'm one of those weird people. I don't care about 4K. The further you're going into this graphical enhancements and whatnot, I think the worse it's starting to look because you're able to see the flaws.
yeah,
I feel like it depends on the game.
it does
Because
a lot.
Horizon is one of those games that's a 4K game,
yeah.
and it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's real pretty.
I feel like I noticed it right away. It could just be me, but we had our PlayStation, our regular one hooked up, and then we immediately, once we got the Pro, hook that up, and we also have a 4K TV, so I felt like it looked much brighter, like more vibrant. And to me, I love bright colors.
Pretty color's good, is
Yes.
what she's saying.
Yeah.
Which is true, don't get me wrong. I've had this discussion a little bit before where the graphics are good, but I always take a consistent frame rate. And I use the word consistent, where I'm not one of those people where it's like, it's got to be 60 FPS or no go.
No, just I don't want to see it speed up and slow
No,
down.
exactly. Like I when I do my PC gaming, I play on 144 hertz monitor. So most games like Overwatch, I can play at like 120, 30 FPS. Yeah. But I don't care if it's 60 or even 30. Like Destiny.
Can your eyeballs even tell?
Yes.
Like at that point?
On the
Barely.
refresh rate. But it's for like Twitch shooters like CS:GO, whatever. But what kills me though is this thing. Like Destiny 2 is going to be locked at 30 for PS4, even on PS4. I'm fine with that if it's consistent. Like Neo on the PS4 Pro has a higher resolution mode with inconsistent frame rates and lower resolution with a steady frame rate. That's the one I play at.
Yeah.
It's great because if anyone who's had slowdown in games before, which has happened in everything, like if you want a perfect example of slowdown, play Skygunner for PS2. You can consistently get slowed down by firing the fireworks missiles at a group enemy because it's like it looks like it's a feature. It's almost like it's a feature of the game, but it murders you because if it's inconsistent and it's bad, and just like my speech patterns right now are inconsistent and bad. That's what it's like, but worse.
Because you have to watch it.
Yeah.
You only have to listen to him, really.
Well, I mean, technically you have to watch me, too, if you're watching the video. But, I mean, you can just look away and be like, God, Matt, shut up.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. It's okay.
I don't know if I would really notice it. Like if I'm having fun, if I'm engaged in
Well,
the
you
story,
didn't notice the Zelda frame drops, you freak, so probably not.
I did not feel. I feel like he's over exaggerating. I feel like he's being whiny. I did not notice anything that bad in Zelda.
To be fair,
and so like if I'm engrossed, if I'm like into this story, if I'm playing like.
Don't care.
Yeah, not
don't
really.
care.
If it's not super bad, I don't care.
Fine.
Yeah.
To be completely fair, though, you are one of the least observant individuals I've ever met. You wouldn't and haven't noticed, by the way, I'm not going to tell this story, but just for the record, when your pants have been on fire, you didn't notice right away.
What? I have never had pants on fire. No, he's lying.
Oh, she's not, because I did it. Anyways, it's another story. But regardless of that, you are not the most observant person in the world. So if it's got bright colors and pretty sounds,
but I'm playing it like
just
I'm
assuming
engrossed.
she's doing very long blinks. Just nope, it's all good.
I'm
whoa,
playing it.
I moved so fast.
I'm engrossed in this story. I feel like I would notice it if it was that bad, and I think you're over exaggerating. Personal opinion. I felt like it wasn't that bad.
And that's fine. You're entitled to it. We are an unbiased game show. We call it as we see it. And I think you're wrong.
I gotta admit, I think we're kind of biased.
Sorry. So, John, what's your take on Scorpio?
I don't care about it. Microsoft's lost my support. I'm sorry. Now, that's not to say that they can't get it back. That I will never cut anything out completely like that. If they come through, if it is worth getting, and they have games I actually want to play. My main thing is I really like exclusives, and there's not enough exclusives on Microsoft stuff that I want to play. Now, again, not to say that there's not stuff that other people will. I like a lot of RPGs. Xboxes aren't really good for that.
Yeah, their exclusives tend to be FPS.
Yeah, first-person shooters.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's about it. I have no problem with them. I just get bored. But if I can get that thing, something similar to it, on the system that has games that I do want, why wouldn't I just go with that?
Exactly. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Cool. I was going to say, no, like real talk. I have an Xbox. I have a PlayStation. I use my PlayStation most, obviously. We're an unbiased show.
We call it as we see it.
But
you know what I think the most frustrating thing is about the One? What? Why do I have to have it on the internet just to play a game? Why do I have to have it on the internet?
No, it's only for the initial setup.
Why do I have to have it on the internet to delete the system?
Because you don't have to stay on the internet.
That happened at the store. In order to do a format,
we
it
have
has
to
be
have
updated.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends.
That's stupid.
So I can't delete it. So I have to download new things to delete everything instead of just delete it. Just get rid of it. Put it back to factory reset, and I'm happy.
We're the best show. We call it as we see it. So. Good point. So we have, or at least I have, and I think it's a general thing, two major concerns about the Scorpio. One of which is the price. It's almost definitely going to be priced at E3 now. Yeah, but there's been a quote, and I don't remember who exactly said it. It was some big Microsoft guy. I don't remember exactly how it was, but essentially the quote was along the lines of expect the Xbox, whatever, Scorpio is going to be a premium product, so expect it to have a premium price. That scares the crap out of me. Yeah. That's like $600 console right there is what it sounds like, and I don't want to buy another PS3. No. Now, if they want to just smoke Sony on price alone, make it $400.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Better than the PS4 Pro by what it already the hardware is substantially better than PS4 Pro. It's a darn powerful system.
I haven't looked.
Oh yeah. No, it's a monster. The specs they release, it's great.
See, but is it going to do 4K gaming and they're going to keep the 4K media? Like keep the 4K movies?
The 4K media, yeah.
Or are they going to it's just going to do 4K movies? I mean 4K gaming. Just kidding.
Or 4K streaming. Yeah. Screaming. High def. From my understanding it's going to have all options.
Okay.
So, I mean, we'll find out for sure come E3, but the big thing is the price. So if it's way too expensive, it's going to be a niche console, and it's going to suffer the same way the PS3 did for a while, where no one wants to buy it.
I think they still need more exclusives. Sony has more exclusives on the market.
That's the other big concern is
and they
the
keep
games.
Gaining them.
Yeah, they keep getting more of them. And right now, Xbox, guys, you got no games. I mean, and me and Britt did here when we were doing this to list.
It's like, wait, who had RBI? Was that Xbox?
Yes, that was Xbox.
That was your exclusive?
Because Sony has MLB.
But sports games exclusives, that you should not rely on.
It's a certain crowd.
Oh, especially
will buy
if you're
it,
going
but
up
not-
against MLB.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants MLB.
Yeah.
MLB is the popular title, so RBI
That
could
was
not
relevant
even.
Nintendo.
It couldn't even hold a candle to. I was gonna say a console. What? It couldn't even hold a candle to MLB, to the MLB sales. And people. I knew people who were buying PlayStation 4s just to play.
You know
the
people
show.
that actually buy baseball games?
Absolutely.
Are
Well,
they
because
medicated?
I
No,
work at
I'm
Should they be?
kidding. No.
a store that sells video games, and yeah, so there were people that were actually buying consoles just for the show.
Okay.
So it's
Madness.
it's a system seller.
Madness. So let's talk Xbox games that we know about or that are rumored, like Scalebound. Microsoft renewed the copyright for Scalebound. So the rumor is now that Platinum Games is not going to be working on it. That some in-house Microsoft studio is, which sucks because Platinum Games is awesome. But that's one game that looked reasonably cool. Dragons, techno. I'd probably play it. I mean, I have an Xbox. I'll play it. Crackdown. I love Crackdown. Crackdown's always been fun.
It was just stupid fun.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't never get into any kind of story that it had, but
No,
just to
because
play
there
through-
wasn't one for the most part. Yeah.
There
It's just like-
is-
Drug lords.
Yeah.
Crime. Although I
It's just meant to be like over the top, open world fun.
and that's fine. That's like Saints Row.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I love Saints
Just
Row.
don't give a crap about
So
the
good.
story.
No, not at
just
all.
play it.
So the destruction looks cool. They're talking about like linking the systems through the network of Xboxes for like really cool total destruction, which I think why it's been delayed so long because I don't think it'll work on a regular Xbox One. They kind of realized. So that's going to be cool. There's a couple more. Like I'd love to have a Sunset Overdrive sequel.
That
The
would be
only game I
awesome.
own for my Xbox One is Sunset Overdrive. That's it, and I love that game. And the only reason I have that is because it's not on PlayStation. But unbiased show, called as we see it. But so that was a lot of fun. But they're working on SpiderMan. That's Insomniac, right? Did we talk about that?
That's not Microsoft.
But that's not Microsoft.
I know. Yeah, that's on Sony. That's why we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
So I don't expect to see that anytime soon, regrettably. But yeah, we will talk about that one. Also,
Cuphead.
yes, thank you. Please. One thing I want from Microsoft at E3 is just give me a date for Cuphead. I bought an Xbox for Cuphead.
Yes.
Yeah.
We bought an Xbox 2 years ago. Wait, 2 or 3 years ago for Cuphead.
You guys were going on and on about it.
Yes.
And then
Because
nothing.
The art style
Delay,
is
delay,
perfect.
delay.
Yep.
And it appeals to the artist and the gamer in me.
And it just has to not suck because it's so pretty. It looks super old school, super challenging. It's
it
like
was done super old school too.
yeah, it's like a boss rush Contra game
Yeah.
with like evil demonic Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Yeah, the art style is
my money.
it's very much in the style of the Silly Symphonies.
Yeah,
And it's just looks so good.
so fantastic. But I mean, what
bring it.
else is there for Microsoft? I mean, you've got probably a Halo game, probably a Gears game.
Are they going to
near
do
the
a
Witch.
Fable, or are they ever doing that again?
I would love another Fable because I love Fable.
I like
but
Fable.
no.
Fable's always been fine. I never finished 3, and I hate 3 for the game breaking garbage. That was terrible. You can't make extra saves.
Yeah.
And your save's corrupted. Goodbye 70 hours.
Yeah.
Like, okay, screw you, Fable.
I would love another Fable anyway.
I'd love one that works and actually
I'd want
follows
one
through
like
on promises. Yeah, there you go. 2 was good. Even 3 was fine. It just that I could never lose weight, just like real life. I mean, but you know,
I'm running everywhere.
I'm eating
How is
nothing
this-
but celery.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's worse.
I
than
don't
cigarettes.
need that in a game. Like, just make me be able to run through a story and have some magic, and I'm happy.
Yeah, lots of
But I feel
options
like-
for magic.
Lots
Like,
of options.
Was it 2 that had all like the crazy combinations? Or that
No,
was
that
1?
that was 3,
That was
because
awesome.
magic wasn't really in the world anymore, but it was trapped in these gauntlets.
Yeah.
And then you could like combo, which was a great
Mm-hmm.
idea. I like the whole fire and ice, you know?
More.
Yeah, stuff like that was fun. Those mechanics were really good.
So possibly new Fable.
That
would
would
be
be
awesome.
that would be super awesome. I would love that. I remember in the first Fable, in the very beginning when you're in the town, I accidentally took a bribe and I was like, oh, no.
You did that.
And I got like bad points and I was like, I have to restart the game.
No, you just work it off. You'll be fine.
Just like real life, man. We all take bribes occasionally.
But yeah, I think that would be smart for them to do that because it would be a contender. You know, Sony is pumping out all these great RPGs. They have Final Fantasy, they have Udawari Ramuno, they have
Nino Cooney.
Danganronpa, Nino Kuni, like all these really good stuff. So I feel like they could also appeal to that kind of
And
RPG
they tried
crowd.
with like Lost Odyssey, which is a great
Why
game.
haven't
By
we
the
seen
way.
yeah.
anything else like that?
Tales of Vesperia.
Just 'cause-
that was exclusive to 360, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Wait,
The
there was a
Vesperia?
Tales?
In this country, the complete edition came to PS3 and was much better. I don't think we ever got it over here. Though,
But
regrettably.
not in the US.
No,
Like in the
which
US,
sucks.
it was exclusive.
The market just isn't there. Like most of your
That's true.
Xbox owners don't.
Well, their
like
demographic is
RPGs.
different.
They don't
Why-
read. Just kidding.
Well-
just kidding. Unbiased show. Call as we see
At
it.
what point are they going to just stop making region lock systems and put translations in every game so that
That'd
you
be
can
so
buy it
cool.
from anywhere? If you only want to release it in Japan, that's fine. I'll order it, but I got to be able to read it.
It's getting there. Like Nintendo's finally took that plunge now, which is great. And then you have a lot of stuff that goes to like the Chinese market that has English subs.
Yeah,
That's where I get
you and
most of my
have looked
Gundam
at a
stuff
lot
now.
of
Yeah,
that stuff, which is fine. But I think that should be a standard. I mean, that makes more sense.
it's the money. Some games they don't think like horse racing sims won't sell here in this country.
But to program in, I'm not talking about voice acting.
Just the subs.
Just sub the entire game in English if you're not sure if it's going to go in the American market very well. So if someone wants to get it, they can. And then if it takes off, we'll keep ordering them.
Horse racing madness
No.
coming live to the United States. So that's kind of. Oh yeah, Sea of Thieves
I
by
haven't seen
Rareware.
anything on that.
It is a cooperative pirate sim. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
I'll play that. Why not? But am I going to buy an Xbox for it if I didn't have one? No,
Will it be on my computer?
probably. Everything else from Microsoft is, which is, I think another thing that's biting them in the butt right
Yeah.
now. But it's amazing they're doing the cross compatibility thing, but at the same time, it's kind of like I have a gaming PC. I don't need this.
Yeah.
But
And then you're going to worry about the sales of that. But why should I buy it?
exactly.
But then, would you rather that, though, or then make things that are fully exclusive to the console and then you have to buy it?
Exactly. But I already have one, so it's like, eh. The options are always good. They really are. Like, regardless, it may not be good for the console sales, but if Microsoft's making the sales anyways, then great.
Yeah.
It's whatever. But that's Microsoft, pretty much. Anybody have anything else? I mean, I hope it's a good show for them. I hope the Scorpio is great. I hope it's cheap.
Do better than
I just
the
wonder what trailers are
Xbox
going to
One.
like titles that are going to be on both systems, both Sony and Microsoft. I wonder what trailers, like who's going to show what.
Well,
Yeah.
Xbox is
Like-
going to have Battlefield now because that's their thing. And then Sony's probably going to have Call of Duty still because for some reason people still play
like
that
who's
game.
going to have Shadow of War, and who's
That's
going to
true.
have
Tomb
Far
Raider
Cry.
possibly, and which is also rumored to possibly be coming out another Tomb Raider game, which those are fun.
Ooh, yeah.
And that's Microsoft did have timed
Tomb Raider
exclusive
first,
for that.
yeah.
So that's cool.
And then it came out, but I think Sony only did that because they wanted to do the 20th anniversary.
yeah.
So they wanted it to coincide with 20 years.
And then you have possibly another Killer Instinct. That's the thing now also, but
Then another fighting game.
exactly.
Whatever.
Moving right along. So Sony in all
So,
caps.
In
on the
case
notes.
anyone was wondering,
Unbiased show, we call it as we see it.
Sony means God in Japanese.
Unbiased show.
Okay, so it totally doesn't.
It
This is
doesn't.
an unbiased show.
We call it as we see
But,
it.
I mean, we couldn't worship it.
Anyways,
Worship anything.
so you actually wrote that in the notes.
I did.
I just read this. Good God.
I was kidding. Or was I?
So let's talk, because Sony just has a list of crap that we know about that's coming out already. I didn't even include all of it, so we're just going to run through this like rapid fire.
No, I do have to point out one thing in this.
Oh, no.
Uncotted? Did you say
Uncotted.
uncotted?
Is that a standalone?
Why did you? Oh, no. That's not about the game. Although there is rumors for that, which we'll talk to. We'll get to
Yeah.
that. So let's just rapid fire with this. So Uncharted Lost Legacy
Uncharted!
DLC.
Yes.
More Uncharted 4.
I
Awesome
love
characters.
Uncharted.
Great.
Best
I'm
games.
paying for it. No problem.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. So you have
Looks fun.
It does.
open world Spider-Man game made by Insomniac.
And I'm not
Okay.
the, like we're total.
Why not?
We're big DC people. Like we're not really Marvel people. And so like comic book wise, we don't really care for Spider-Man that much. But
He's kind of a jerk.
I liked
No,
the
he's
movies.
not.
He's a baby.
No.
He's a baby.
I enjoyed the movies a lot. I enjoyed the game Spider-Man 2.
The
'cause
90s
it was
cartoon
fun
was
to,
awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
swing around the city and stuff. So I'm hoping that it's just more of that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. I like Insomniac too.
I mean, you have Insomniac. They've done Ratchet and Clank, Song of the Deep, which
Yeah.
kind of sucked, but they made
No,
Spyro.
I loved Song of the Deep.
It was really pretty, but it was really boring.
It was it was really good
Boring.
and it was really artistic.
Hey, Britt, did you
and-
finish it?
Boring.
Thank you. Unbiased
It's
gaming
just
show. We
because I
call it as
didn't
we
have
see it.
time.
Yeah.
It was really good though. Play Song of the
Did not
Deep.
have time because other things were more entertaining.
Other things kept me busy. But it is really good. It is really good, and the soundtrack is really good. Okay, moving on.
I'll give you
Yeah.
that. It's
It is.
gorgeous.
My only experience with it, I love the music, but I watched some of the
got hard.
playthrough, and it was just like,
It's a boring Metroidvania,
Yeah.
which is hard to make boring, I think. But
I
whatever.
don't think so. Like, I still want to know how the story ends, and like how, if she finds her father. But
And karate chops him.
yeah, but I just didn't have time. Whatever. Get away from me.
So I was editing the show, by the way, and I didn't notice how much I do this while I talk, but it's fun to watch now. I'm like, yeah, people are just kind of like, woo, while they're talking. It's great. Ow!
as I sit here.
Yes, and you just stoic. But it's funny you mentioned, or I mentioned Spyro.
Yeah.
Someone leaked like a cryptic picture from Spyro. So there are rumors, just rumors.
It's
that
another
they'll be
Skylanders.
on
So I don't know if I'm the only one,
Just
but
kidding.
when Skylanders was announced,
HD.
who felt part of their soul wither and die?
They didn't because they made a ton of money.
I don't care, but I was like, "There's going to be a new Spyro game, cool!"
And it
was that.
And you're entitled to like, for what Skylanders is, it's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
The game's not terrible. It's just not Spyro.
No, it's not Spyro.
Like I think Imagineer is kind of a cool idea where you like make your own.
You can
thing,
make your own
but
characters and all that. That's great.
You got to think of it from our perspective.
But I
okay?
want Spyro.
Like you have exactly, you love Spyro, and then from a store perspective, sometimes I'm just going to be open with this. When you get a bucket full of Skylanders, it's like
We don't want
I have
it.
to tag every single one of these things, and it's like, oh my god, what is this kind of thing? But
See, but at least you don't have to look each character up individually.
oh yes, we do.
Wait, I thought you bought them as a whole.
Well, we do, but we still have to price everything. What procedures
okay.
notwithstanding, it's always
Ouch.
a joy.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, like it's just, yeah, like I said, the game's not for everyone, and but like I said, it has its own market, and it's cool enough for what it is. But my God, so much plastic. Anyways, but there is a rumor that people are saying like, well, if they're doing the Crash thing, they're gonna do the Spyro thing also, just like that,
And
which I'm okay with.
I don't actually care about the Crash thing.
Monster.
Thank you.
Brigand.
Whatever. I don't care. I don't care about
Hearsay.
more remakes. It's getting kind of boring to keep getting remakes.
I don't mind it. I mean, I like Crash enough as it is. I'd like to see it a little bit prettier and less ugly.
Put it on the
Yes.
network. I'll download it.
It's already on the network.
Why would I buy it?
Because it's pretty.
And it's a little bit different. Like, it's going to be remastered in 4K. The music's going to get redone. They're changing the save points.
It's for hardcore fans.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
that's not,
absolutely.
Like you wouldn't get the Spyro remake then?
No, I've downloaded them and I've already played through
Even
them.
if they redid the whole game, made it pretty, new collectibles, stuff like that. And
Fully
I
new
would just-
graphics.
yes, that's what Crash is.
Yeah.
They redid all the graphics. from
Spyro's
scratch.
worth it. Crash can. No, I don't care.
I mean, I think Crash kind of sucks personally, anyways.
No!
But Crash is always
was
like-
my childhood.
Crash was Sony going, we want to make Mario
That
64.
explains a
I
lot.
love
but we
you, Naughty
can't."
Dog. I love you.
I love you too. For later games. I am glad that Crash is
I
sold.
loved Crash so much, so I'm so stoked to play it.
I don't like it as much now that it's in Skylanders.
Yeah, because he's right there on the shelf. He's right there.
I got those in the other
don't
day and
care.
I went, "You're kidding."
You guys suck. I hate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I hate you, Dad. Okay, so we got that. What else we got going on? SpiderMan, blah, blah, blah. Yay.
What is it, Matt?
Yay.
Crash. Yay.
Crash. God of War.
Yeah.
I've God of War is fine. I'm not a huge fan, but it's good. I don't think it needed 4 sequels. But I mean, I get why people like it. It's a hack and slash.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm kind of into this because it's different. I'm digging the Nordic vibe. I'm digging, bearded axe wielding Kratos. It looks to be a slightly different game with the over the shoulder. And are you making faces at me?
No.
Is she making faces at me? I realize I edit the show. Right?
Yeah.
I'm on to you, woman. But what do you guys think of God of War?
I think it looks good. I'm gonna play it.
Looks
I'll
good.
play with it.
It's the only God of War that I've actually thought I wanted to play. The others, that's a lie. I picked up the first one and went, okay, but I've done this before.
Yeah, it's a hack and slash. You either love it or it's kind of meh. There's lots of I prefer like
The story's
Bayonetta or
fine.
something, but yeah.
Odd to say, the adult aspect of it was pointless.
It did
It
fielded.
it felt forced.
Like check it
They're
out,
like,
naked ladies. And
we
like,
put
alright.
pixeled boobs in there.
Woo!
So what?
It almost kind of was Attack on Titan, where it was like, oh, the gore, because we can. But, the games were
far
solid.
in that show. Episode
But
2,
I
why
feel
didn't everyone just die? Titan should have won. I don't care.
I feel like the gameplay style though in God of War is pretty innovative.
Oh, no, the gameplay is
Yeah.
solid. The QuickTime events I will forever hate, but, I mean,
I
other
don't
than that,
mind
it's
them.
fine.
I don't mind QuickTime.
It's
They're
because
okay,
it's
but-
permeated so much now. We're just sort of
Yeah.
keep my button press
That's what I'm
combos
saying.
to
I
a
feel
rhythm
like
game,
God of War
please.
kind of birthed that
It
playing
did. That's
style.
why I don't like it.
But I don't mind so much because I feel like that's fine.
It's fine, but like I said, I'm hoping we'll move away from that in this new one.
I'd like a little bit more action.
Yeah.
Less the button combos. Let me actually.
I was like,
No, I mean like
Remember the part in God of War where he's
the
drinking
point-
tea?
the point where you're starting to just wait for button combinations. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It kind of takes me out of it.
No, I'm with you. It's kind of like how SpiderMan 3 was too. That was full of. Although that was amazing because you could deliberately make mistakes and fall on your face and blow up, just like in I can't remember the name of the game now with the origami murderer. I keep forgetting the name of this
Heavy
game.
Rain.
Heavy
Thank
Rain.
you. Every time we talk about it, I'm like, what was that game? I really liked it. And we were the call. But you could screw up like that, you'd fall over and killers get away. Jason! It was just great. What else we got on here? Because someone doesn't know how to separate notes. Days Gone.
what's
No.
that one again?
No. See, I'm not. That's the one with the zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
okay.
super thrilled about the game.
Was
I
that-
like where it's taking stuff technically.
Was it that like one trailer where the guy's on a hill and then like all
Like
the zombies are coming at him?
hordes of zombies.
okay.
Yeah.
Continuous
Yeah.
hordes of zombies, and that's all they keep showing are hordes of zombies because that doesn't.
Because that's a
that doesn't
zombie
feel
game.
realistic.
Yeah.
You're killing zombies, like hordes
See,
of them.
that's why I like the technical aspect because that's really cool to see that like all the moving parts at once.
Do you remember playing through, say, like Resident Evil 3?
Yes.
That felt more like a zombie game just because it was sparse. It felt like they were eating things.
Well, that's runners versus walkers though too. Like these are like 28 days later zombies, but they may not even be zombies. They're just enraged
the
maniacs.
infected.
Yeah, and that, I'm okay with that as a concept. Like I think runners and walkers. I'd rather deal with walkers than runners.
I just feel that the zombie thing's been kind of played out.
It has, but I think it at least looks cool. I'm probably not going to play it right away, but it's there, and people think
I
it's
mean,
cool.
I'd rather like Lovecraftian monsters being coming after me.
Tentacles, they're coming at your face. Let's just move right along.
Yeah.
Death. Speaking of tentacles, Death Stranding.
Yay!
Okay, I want it.
Tentacles, umbilical cords. I don't know what the heck the game is. I'm going to buy it.
Oh my god. Okay, so nobody at last year's E3, nobody had any idea what that trailer was about.
Wait, hold on.
Yet he got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Konami tears. Anyways.
Konami tears. Hilarious. No, but whatever. It
Still don't know
doesn't
what it's
matter.
about.
It still
No
looks
idea.
awesome. It looks awesome.
It's got Norman Reedus. It's got what's his face, who was also awesome in it. I can't remember his name, but the guy who was
yeah,
in
and
the
like
military suit at the end
the
with, like,
fetal
thing and-
position and weird
Yeah.
babies
I don't
and
remember.
as
I'm bad
ener-
with names.
what are they
Me
like
too.
energy
Yeah.
sources? Like who knows? But
Yeah, we know nothing really about it, which is kind of cool.
yeah.
I'll go into
But
a game
it looks
blind.
like super artistic. He's like a mad genius. He has something in there.
I like crazy,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
So
It looks
hopefully there'll be
gorgeous.
robots in it. I mean,
I'll
I don't
play
even
it.
care if there's robots. I want to know what the stupid floating people in the sky was in the trailer.
they're robots.
I will especially play it because Del Toro was like a little cameo.
Yeah, that
was
was actually
awesome.
pretty cool when he was carrying. Yeah.
So little doll. Yeah. So that looks, whatever it is,
Looks
it looks
awesome.
Sure.
weird enough to play.
I think it's funny. We're like, I don't know what it is, but it looks
But
great.
it looks
It
amazing.
looks cool. Yeah,
Everybody was like, "What did we just standing ovation?"
Yeah, it's like great
It
job.
doesn't matter.
Babies,
It looks
skeletons,
awesome.
tentacle tanks.
I can't hate it if I don't know what it is.
Yay, pretty colors.
No, but it does look cool, and there is. It will be explained. There will be a purpose. You'll
Maybe
know.
it's Kojima. It might be explained 30 years from now
Yeah.
in a very convoluted multi-game
Whatever. He's a
storyline.
mad genius.
Yeah, it'll make
it's fine.
sense just like Metal Gear.
Yep. Snake.
One of 'em.
Snake.
One of the snakes.
One of the snakes. a plethora of snakes, if you will. Straight up Medusa head of Kojima games. Anyways, Last of Us 2.
I'd play it.
I still haven't played
I'll
the
play
first
it.
one.
I played the first one. I'm never going to play it again. But
Still have not played that first one.
it's great. It's a beautiful game. I'm never playing it again. Even if you put a gun to my head, I won't play it again.
Why?
Tempting.
It leaves you feeling like hollow and void and just
So
soulless.
every day I'll do it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you'll be fine. Be like whatever. But no, just have you played Last of Us?
Yeah.
With the ending? I don't want to spoil the ending for people, but
Thanks.
you know what happens in the end, man.
Maybe I'll start when I go home.
Good
It's
God.
another game I own and have never
Okay,
played.
I think. Okay,
I'm not gonna whisper
I'm
it
gonna
on the
whisper
show.
it to you because I want to make sure I'm right.
Let me just put it this way. All right, so the ending, I agree with what he does in the end. I'm not. Okay. Most people don't agree with me agreeing with him, but I do.
Are you done?
And I'm never playing it again. Yes, I'm done. Yeah.
People are used to it. I mean, when the game started, you knew it wasn't going to be happy.
Yeah, it's like happy-go-lucky time. Yay! Everybody's dead. Woo!
Plus, it's the environment. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah. All right, so moving on. We have Dreams from Media Molecule. So, Little Big Planet guys haven't made crap since 2. Well, no, they made that Unraveled game. That's right.
They did
Was it
Little
called?
Big Planet
Was it
3.
Unraveled? No, they didn't.
They didn't do.
They didn't?
No, that's why 3 kind of sucked.
Up.
But they did. They
I
did. Was
liked
it? It was
3.
Unraveled, right? The Vita one where you like had to touch
that
stuff and
them?
blow on things. Yeah, that was them.
Yeah, with the little puppet.
Yeah,
Like the little,
little
red
puppet,
puppet.
yeah.
He's so cute.
So they haven't done anything since that. So they're working on this, which is just as far off into the weird creative spectrum as you could possibly be. It looks
God, I love that.
It looks weird.
I'll check it out.
But I mean, I trust them enough to try it. They've made some pretty stuff, so I'm down with that. Brittany, if you want to go ahead and take it away.
Detroit. Becoming human.
You almost look like you have gas when you do that.
I'm so excited.
So you have the guys that made Heavy Rain. I remembered it.
We just told you.
I'll take it. Beyond Two Souls, Fahrenheit. They're making Blade Runner. Is what it looks like, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie.
Robots. Sorry.
So I'm super happy because it's my favorite movie, and it is very. It is very
hipster-esque and be like the book was better.
No.
I like the ending of the book.
I mean,
They were both really good
I
endings.
love Philip K. Dick. I love Philip K. Dick, but it was like very.
Welcome to Android Cast.
Do androids dream of
It's an
electric sheep?
unbiased Android show we call it as we see it.
Not one yet. Still a little annoyed.
But
about
I
that.
feel like it was different.
You'll find out in the new movie because they're just going to ruin everything.
and
But
I feel like the movie did the novel justice because the whole point, like with PKD's work, I feel like the whole point was to ask questions, to wonder, to like question authority, to question like what does it mean to be human, like how can we change like certain society as a whole. By the way, he's a freaking oracle. Like I don't know if you've ever read Flow My Tears, a Policeman Said.
No.
He's an oracle. Oh my god, it's so amazing. But yeah, you should read it. It's really good. Okay. But I feel like the movie really did the novel justice. Plus, I feel like it's different. Like I don't know.
It's almost its own
I
beast.
appreciate it is
yeah.
its own beast, and I appreciate them both. It's
can't
like
take
my
them as
favorite
the
movie.
same.
they're both fantastic pieces of
There's too much
media.
different in them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But they're both great. Anyways,
Absolutely.
moving along because as much as
Sorry.
I would like to talk about Cyberpunk
I can talk
stuff all
about
day long.
Cyberpunk and Blade Runner all day.
Speaking about
every day.
Cyberpunk, though, there is this little game, and it's not necessarily on here for Sony. I think we actually wrote it down here twice, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, look, we did. Cool. We'll talk about it now. That's fine. We have the game that I'm just drooling over, Cyberpunk 2077 by CD Projekt Red.
I'm trying to forget because it's never coming out.
Yeah. Remember when they showed that trailer before Witcher 3 came out?
Yes,
yeah.
and it was like
Haven't seen crap since then.
It was like a good year or two before Witcher came out, wasn't it?
It was some kind of. I don't think it was. It was a long way.
And
Look, guys.
that
guys,
also looks Blade Runner-esque.
I know you're making Gwent, and by all means, Gwent is super complicated. It's not, but it's great. I know you're a small studio. I know you make my favorite games ever. Hurry up! Like, give
or
me
please
something.
make it, because I heard rumors that it was going to get scrapped.
Yeah, because someone's trying to
and
buy
I'm
it
like,
out.
please don't scrap it.
Please make it, and at least give me something to look at and drool over new this E3. Just give me a trailer and be like, more robots, more flying cars,
I would
more
love
jacking into
that.
the back of people's heads, just something.
Then take it away because I want to see the disappointment.
Don't listen to it. Just do it for me. Well, I don't even listen to it, whatever. So what else we got? PSVR, we haven't said what they're going to do for PSVR, but I want to see
They
more.
keep saying they're going to do more for it, so that's great. 'Cause
There's been a good series of games come out for it. Thumper just came out. Thumper's freaking amazing.
Okay.
Think of Thumper as a rhythm game that's like really trippy with like weird railroad tracky things and scary stuff in the distance with tentacles and VR. It's a thing. Just buy it. It's $20. If you have a VR, it's worth it.
He said tentacles. I'm sold.
There you go. You have Farpoint, which just came out, which is awesome. It's reasonably short, but it's a really good sci-fi first-person shooter with VR.
Yeah.
It works, and that's the important part is that it actually works.
So it's the step in the right direction.
Yep, exactly.
That's fine.
So I want more.
As long
Give
as
me
there's
more.
progression, it's fine.
Give me a VR Gundam game.
That would be cool.
And before we
Yes.
move on,
Do that.
before we move on past Sony here, there's one more game that I don't have on the list that I don't need on the list because I always have it in my head. So coming this fall to America for the first time in a decade is a Gundam game. That's right, folks.
Yay.
Gundam Versus, the new one, is coming to America for
Finally.
PS4. Exclusively to PS4. We are an unbiased show. We call it and see it. That's amazing. Please clap. Thanks, Jeb. Appreciate that.
Getting
I'm-
yelled at.
The only reason I haven't stood up and danced is I would flip the table and I'd have to fix all of my problems. But it's
Remember,
Gundam.
we are an unbiased
It's
show.
gonna be we call it as we see it, and I'm calling it that Sony's won, just for Gundam exclusive.
they've
I
taken
wonder
this
if they'll
route.
show anything about I doubt it.
Probably not.
but I
It's
wonder
not
if
gonna be
they'll
big
show
enough.
It'll be at the show. It won't be at the. It'll probably
Yeah.
maybe be in a sizzle reel.
I don't
or
think it's
something,
big
but
enough.
No, as much as I wish it was.
Yeah.
Like a
But
life-size Gundam walks
Like
in.
we're definitely gonna
But
buy
I feel
it.
like
but
they've done a really good job. I'm not saying that it is an indie title, but they've done a really good job of showing smaller games.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So
And
they
it's
might.
Bandai, so I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
a Gundam flying across the screen and then go to the next one, and we'll probably
As
be
long as
happy.
it's there, I'll be like, and I'm okay. But
Ooh, which one would you want to see?
just give me the original. Give me the
The
original.
RX.
Yeah.
All right,
Have you seen the
70.
voting for the case they did?
No.
There's 4 case arts, and I didn't vote because I couldn't pick one. They're all so pretty.
Are they still doing
Duh,
it?
the one with the
I
RX-78.
think it actually just ended, but yeah, there's the original one. It's got one with wing, it's got one with unicorn, but it's like a pair. So it's like the RX-78 and the Barbados from Iron Blood Orphans. There's one.
So that'd be
You don't care about Gundams. Well, some of you do, and you're my friends, but it's a bunch. It's just they're
I
all
think-
gorgeous. And,
If you're making a new versus, just go with the 78.
yeah, that's what I
It'd be
think.
fine.
78. Although there is one with the new Gundam on there, and it's really pretty. The one from Char's Counterattack, which is
Yeah.
like Amuro's last Gundam.
Yeah.
It's this really cool thing. It's got these things called fin. Anyway, sorry. David's watching the show like, shut up, Matt. Talk about video games. Robots. Okay, so let's move on down the line. Dun, dun,
don't screw
dun,
up.
dun, 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 dun. We don't have a conference this year.
Hey,
They don't. Nintendo, by the way, if you
So?
hadn't guessed yet. We are an unbiased show. We call it as we see it. Why
it's
aren't you
because
having a
they do what they
conference?
want, man.
They do.
And they do, and half the time it's bad.
Hey, I'm loving my Switch.
And they're like, we're next level. You're gonna buy our stuff anyway.
No, we're gonna buy it because they just do.
Yeah, they
I
just
don't
do.
even know why.
Okay, so before we get any further into Nintendo, let us have a moment of silence. You can pray if you want. You can just hope. Let's just have a moment for Metroid.
Moment of silence, 'cause it's gone.
A real Metroid. Hold on.
No.
Thank you.
Just give
the
up.
one thing that would make me go out and find
I'm
a
like,
system
just give
right
up.
now.
A real Metroid game. It can be a 3D Metroid
You know
game.
what? You're gonna get the port for Federation Force.
Shut up. They would do that too. It's like now with even less crap that you care about.
Or more.
Yeah. So just it can be. I would kill to get my hands on a 2D Metroid, but I'll take a Metroid Prime. I really will.
feel 2D or 2.5 would be fine.
I'm fine.
You wouldn't even. That is one of the things that I think a lot of developers don't realize is all these indie games that are still going with either 2D or something like that, and they're selling well enough. You don't have to have the most up-to-date graphics. You just got to make it fun and worthwhile.
Axiom Verge. Once again, coming back to it.
I have bought that I don't know how many times now.
And it's so
And they're
good.
making another one, another version of it, like another release of the same game, which I'll probably buy too.
People keep buying it, including me. So we talk about it on every show because it's that darn good. So go play it.
It's fun. Granted, the dialogue's a bit strange,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know if that's just how it was written or if it was.
Have you beat it
translated
yet?
down. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
It's like oh.
yeah. I beat it the other day, and I was just like, well, now I have to play through this again.
Yeah, it's a whole different experience.
Yep. But no, it was definitely worth it.
So, Metroid, yes. While we're hoping and praying here, F-Zero Nintendo.
That's never
That'll
gonna happen.
Never.
I know. I mean, you had what was it called? Fast
And
Racing.
you have that F-Zero-like game. What's it called?
Fast Racing RX or RX, whatever it is. You have Redout coming out
Redout.
for everything.
That's the one.
It's more Wipeout though than F-Zero, really. But it's good. But just we'll talk about it more F-Zero at some point in the future. But what else we have? We have ARMS and Splatoon 2. I'm linking them together because hopefully we will see nothing from them at E3.
No, they're
'Cause you've
definitely
had-
gonna show
You've had
that.
2 directs about them already.
Yeah.
Move on.
Show
Well,
something new.
doesn't ARMS come out before E3? Doesn't that come out
Wait,
like in a
let
week?
me see.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
comes out, well, no, that
ARMS
comes out during E3.
Yeah, ARMS is June 16th.
So they'll still probably beat it to death.
I mean, springy, spring.
No, I get it.
Okay, cool. Don't get me wrong. I think ARMS actually looks really cool. Like, I'll play ARMS. There's some really weird, awesome. Like, there's a robot. Okay, there's a robot.
It would be smart for them to show their weird titles, like their titles, like almost
their Nintendo stuff,
or their third party as well.
What's that?
Well, NBA 2K18. I feel like they're gonna show that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they would be smart to show that, so they can show like, hey, we are getting third party support.
Maybe give Skyrim a release date.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, as opposed to just sometime.
Yeah. In the future. Fate Extella, they should show that.
Great game if you have a Vita, by the way. It's been out for like a year.
Sonic Mania, they would be missing out an opportunity if they didn't show that.
I love that game. I played it at PAX, by the way. Great game.
It's in September, right?
It's classic Sonic, and it's the first one I felt, because they've made other 2D Sonics.
Yeah.
It feels right.
Okay.
Like, it just feels right. It's great.
Xenoblade, Dragon Quest 1 and 2.
I might have to protest Xenoblade because they're saying there might not be any mechs. And if you make a Xeno game without mechs, that's like a sandwich without bread, which you can't.
I eat that daily.
But it's just, you get what I mean, though. It's just like, it's kind of weird. Yeah. So I'm sure if there's robots in it, I'll play it. No matter how bad it is, it's fine.
But, I mean,
we are an unbiased show. I am not an unbiased Matt. Okay, that's the way it goes.
But I actually think that Nintendo has a lot going for them. Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, Disgaea 5.
Great game, by the way.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I know you don't like Warriors, but Fire Emblem Warriors is going to be a heavy hitter.
It makes so much more sense than Hyrule Warriors. I'll at least play it because it's already a war game, and if they're smart, they'll add some cool strategy to it anyways. Yeah. I don't know if they will, but that would be awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. Nintendo has a lot more going for them than they've had in the past 6 or 7 years, I think. I mean, you've got, you mentioned Fire Emblem, and I would love to see both Warriors and maybe just a hint at the legit Fire Emblem coming out sometime in 2018.
They should. I think it's a missed opportunity if they don't do a straight-up Fire Emblem game.
Definitely. Well, no, they are. They already announced they are definitely.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, sometime once in the future. No.
Just
for
kidding.
the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the Switch. That was Echoes and their overpriced DLC, which we're not going to argue about.
Hey, man.
You don't make a game and have the DLC cost more than the game. I'm looking at you, Payday.
I get it, but look, it's 22 pieces of DLC.
Which could be 22 pairs of socks. Doesn't make it worth the money.
You get additional story content, like a prequel level and like additional levels.
A complete game.
That was, see, this is the catch. All this stuff was
not
announced.
done, or it would be readily available.
That's not true. All this stuff was announced and shown before the Japanese release, which means it was, at least a chunk of it, was done and deliberately taken out of the game because they're pulling a Capcom here. They're finishing the game. That's what almost every.
But maybe they want to wait. I don't. You don't have to buy it if you don't like it.
Hang on. It must suck to be a huge fighting game fan right now, because anytime there's a Street Fighter or a Marvel vs. Capcom or I was saying imbeciles, an Injustice. That's us.
Wow.
You better believe there's going to be 8 or 9 characters you have to pay $30 for a month down the road that have probably already been finished, but we're going to divvy them out and make the game cost twice as much.
Oh, Injustice is $40 and it's 9 DLC characters.
That is the dark side of DLC right there. And the same thing,
but,
I think, like,
again, you don't have to get it if you don't want to. And it's there for people that want
It's
that.
dividing your community, though. I mean, and once again, the right way to do DLC, and one of the reasons why I love them, was Witcher 3. You had a bunch of free crap and 2... remember what expansion packs are? You guys remember that, right? Do you remember that? Like, they had it for Elder Scrolls, and they did it for Fallout still and stuff like that, where they actually had content they made after the game.
Full
it was
pieces of game,
chunk of stuff,
which actually took time.
But that's essentially the same thing. Like, you're paying for a separate disc or the Game of the Year edition that has all of that content on it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the same thing as a season pass.
But it's more content. Like, I maybe I'm wrong. By all means, fact check me on this. But I'm pretty sure that if you break down, like, I don't know, like, we'll say the Payday DLC, and like it's $100 for the DLC. If you break down that content versus like Blood and Wine per dollar, guarantee you Witcher has a lot more content per dollar.
I mean, I feel like Witcher did it right. They had a really reasonably priced season pass.
Or Skyrim with Dragonborn. Dragonboard. It's just an angry, fiery stick.
Yeah, but it was only like Hearthfire that was like $5.
What's a hearth? What? Is that like a slightly lispy automobile with coffins? Hearthfire.
Oh.
Hearthfire.
I thought it was Hearth. Hearth?
whatever.
It's potato, you
Exactly.
butthead.
Unbiased show, unbiased grammar.
It doesn't matter.
We call it as we see it.
It's potato.
And we say it how we want.
But whatever. But that was like $5, but the rest of it was like $20.
The reason that was $5 is it's let's build a house.
It was garbage. But
But
I
how
can
is it
agree
any
with-
different?
because that
Oops, I hit the mic.
little bitty one right there, that $5 one, was easy to ignore.
But there was also a $20 one.
and that was
But they
a
were
huge
great.
chunk of story where you went to a whole different area and had 20
But
plus hours of stuff in it.
To be fair,
You are not going to
22
convince me by abusing
22
me.
pieces of DLC is a lot.
When I
What
see
are they,
those
though?
22 pieces is 22 hours of DLC, I'll talk. But then, how much was Dragonborn, John? You remember? It wasn't
No,
$45.
Not originally. No.
No,
Not even.
Not even. But that game had that expansion. I remember that expansion with the
Maybe
crazy
20.
Cthulhu things and all that kind of psycho stuff.
And like, I'm not saying that we should be all for the season pass. Like, I get it. Sometimes games come out and they're not finished on purpose, so they can charge extra later.
Like Fire Emblem
And
Echoes?
I prefer. Shut your mouth. And I prefer to have games that are, obviously done. And if the season pass will complement the game after you play a finished product, then I'm all for that. But DLC is a fact of life now. Season passes are a fact of life. Like, it's just the gaming culture, our society has gone in that direction.
That's fine.
It's not going to go away, and you don't have to buy it.
You know what? It can go away if people vote with their wallets. Like me, I'm not
Yeah,
going to buy
and they keep buying it.
But that's it. I'm not going to buy that. So regardless, that's fine. In this case, I don't think it's fair. They're not going to
But
get my
I
money.
feel like we bought the season pass for BioShock before we even knew, because BioShock's my favorite
That's
game.
because it was BioShock.
Yeah, but Maybe.
No point have I ever said I have to make sense.
But maybe Injustice is somebody's favorite game, so they have to have that $40 DLC for
and
those
I
9
feel
characters.
sorry for them for that.
But
I got to see Elizabeth get a needle stuck in her eye and cry for hours for my money.
I'm just saying, I like to play devil's advocate.
It doesn't sound like it was worth the money.
Yeah, it was.
I hate that so much. I've never hated a story so much only because it hurt my feelings. It wasn't because it was bad. I was like, this is horrible. It never happens. So sad. Anyways, all right, let's keep going.
That's fine. Rhyme looks really good too.
It does.
It reminds me of like
it's
a
also coming to
flower.
every other console in the world. In
Right?
fact, isn't it
Does
already
it give you
out
that
on every other
vibe? Like a flower
It's a lot like
journey?
Flower, kind of, or like Journey,
Yeah.
where it's just this kind of like a lot of implied story, a lot of, once again, pretty colors.
Oh
and,
yeah, it is coming out for the other consoles first, but
And it's also more expensive for the Switch, too. But unbiased Joe called as we see it. I start putting a counter up there or something. Ding, ding. All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room for the Switch, which is Mario Odyssey.
oh, they're definitely going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah. I want to see some gameplay. I want
Mm-hmm.
to see some awesome stuff. I want to get a release date.
Is this going to be like everything that we ever hope for, and it just gets kicked back again and again?
I'm positive that Mario Odyssey is getting delayed. There is
No.
no way it comes out in 2017.
It's coming out this year.
Oh, yeah?
so.
I feel it.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah,
You want to make a bet?
yeah. Come at me, bro.
Right now. Make it a bet then. I don't know what we're gonna win, we're gonna lose, but it's gonna be a biggie.
I'll come up with something fun.
If you have any ideas for what the stakes should be, let us know at podcast@gameovervideogames.com or comment on the YouTube video.
So I think they would be crazy not to maximize this holiday season.
I think they would be too, but that's all
Yes.
crazy. I hope you didn't know, but Nintendo means crazy in Japanese.
No,
It
it
is an
says so
unbiased
right
show.
here.
doesn't. Not at all.
It translates to insane doesn't make Metroid games.
I know the Switch is selling like crazy,
Hmm.
and there have been bundles that have been available that are selling like crazy. But I just feel like it would make sense to maximize this holiday season.
Makes sense, yes, but are they going to actually do it?
No.
I think they will. I
don't think
I
so.
have faith. Don't fail me, Nintendo. I believe in you. You're gonna come out with this game November. I believe it. November.
I got a fun thing we could
November,
try.
December.
I so
I feel it.
desperately want you to be right. I really do. I want you to be right because that game looks great. I am positive you're wrong, though. I'm positive you're going to have this great video of gameplay, and then it's going to be, please understand, it's going to take us a little bit longer to make it. So expect this game early 2018. Ding, Nintendo.
No, I don't think so.
We will see.
I have faith on this one.
We will see.
And it looks like they've been putting a lot of work into it.
Have you been watching them?
I mean, well,
You've been talking to Miyamoto?
from
It's
what
like,
they've been, yeah, he's my friend.
what you doing, Shaky Sam? What's going on?
We're close. But no.
Miyamoto.
We're like this.
But I feel like I feel like what they did show of it for these little events that they've been doing has looked pretty promising.
We've only ever seen the one stuff.
I thought there was another one.
The one stuff. The stuff of the one.
Okay, but the stuff of the one looks really
It's like
good.
Lord of the One Ring, the one stuff. It's just a pile of black
The stuff
goo.
of the
They have
one
to
looks
carry
like they've been putting a lot of work
Sentient
into it.
code that just goes in a... Yeah, that'd make you happy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You just wear it around your wrist. It's like, whoa. And it turns into a robot and you ride it into Mordor. Come on. Shadow of War was already just this big stomping on the grid. Might as well have giant
Hey.
robots in it too.
Yeah.
I'd play it. But
I don't
anyway.
mind.
So what were you saying? You wanted to
Oh,
try?
no. I doubt y'all would do it as the punishment.
What is it?
I got some stuff you could eat and try to do the
Nope.
next podcast.
No more peppers. Thank you very
Absolutely
much.
Oh, come on.
You know, if you'll do it, I'll do it.
Oh my god, I gotta think about
If
this.
you'll do it, I'll do
But
it.
it's only the loser, and you have to do the next the next podcast after we find out after eating it.
I will die. Like,
I will watch.
We'll discuss. If you have any ideas, save me. Let us know at podcast@gameovervideogames.com or leave a comment on the YouTube video. Thank you very much. Please, ideas, please.
Because I
try
like
not to
mine.
kill us.
Thanks.
Or
Yeah,
That
vote
would be
for
cool.
my idea.
that could be a thing too, but I'd rather you not.
Also, let us know if you agree, who you agree with.
Yeah,
And you
please.
better agree with me.
Or you don't have to. Don't.
Poor, short-sighted, positive, optimistic fools. You know who's right here. You know. Do you think it's going to come out on time?
I don't care.
If you had to, do you think they'll
if
do it
I
on time?
cared,
Yeah.
if I could force myself to care, honestly, it's 50-50. Nintendo does this, where occasionally they
Deliver.
deliver.
Sometimes.
But a lot of the times, though, they fall short.
Look,
Or they,
I'm gonna use
Or
this-
they go with these demos that they have of like, this is what we're doing, and then it changes.
Look, I'm going to use this as an example. They promised that they were going to do third-party titles, and I feel like they are delivering. They're coming out with a lot of really good titles. And I feel like they're trying. They are trying.
And that's great.
And I feel like they're doing it. Like,
But I'm not just talking Nintendo here. I'm just talking big AAA games in general. They never come out on time.
There's always
ever.
that.
Like Red Dead 2 just got delayed today until
sad.
sometime 2018. So I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, I can't think of a lot of games that have ever come out at their original release date ever.
I
It's
gotta
just
think
the way
about
it
that one.
goes.
Because I feel like there has to be
But
some
you've
game out
already
there.
bet,
There's
so it
been a
doesn't
few.
matter.
Yeah, no, there's been a few.
No, I think they're going to do it.
Like actually,
I think they're going to do it.
coincidentally enough, Mario 3D World, if I'm not mistaken, actually came out when it was supposed to come
Yes.
out. So I could be screwed. But I mean, once again, I'll be happy even if I lose because I want to play the game.
Yeah.
So that's okay with me.
Absolutely.
All right, so what else we got for Nintendo? So big thing, I need to see this at E3, Nintendo. I'm talking to you. That's right, because you totally watch this. Virtual console, please.
Yeah, give something. On there.
And not just. And I'm gonna be picky here. I don't want. Oh, guess what? Remember the same 20 NES Game Boy games you could play on every console for the past 8 or 9 years? Yeah, here you go again. They'll be available sometime in
They're
Christmas.
saying you're going to be able to do GameCube.
I want
stuff.
GameCube. I want Mario Sunshine
Or at
on my
least I
Switch.
thought that's what they were saying they were going to
It was rumored. They never said
Okay.
anything about it, but
Well,
that's
see,
what
but
I
the
want.
system's powerful enough. Why couldn't you?
Exactly. That's what I want it to be like coming. Like, by the way, after this conference, download this now. Take my
See,
money,
now that'd be
Nintendo.
good.
Take my
They
money.
already have all the codes for it. All you got to do is just make it compatible, make it
Exactly.
downloadable. And
There you
you're
go.
fine.
There you go. And some games, like they're saying like, well, the controls may not work because you don't have analog shoulder buttons. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Nintendo could somehow figure it out.
Yeah, or just sell a new controller.
And I'll buy it.
You're good at that.
I'll buy it. It's fine. And there you go. Any thoughts on Virtual Console, madam? No? But I want that. I want to see the Switch turn into a 2017 console. And this is when I'm just going to be a jerk here, but give me my Netflix. Give me my other stuff.
Oh my
Give me my
god.
Yeah. Well,
I really don't care about-
I
I have a-
personally didn't care about when people were arguing because I have a phone and
Exactly.
a tablet. And
I
my
have a
computer that's
Vita.
always with
I
me.
have a tablet. I have a laptop. I
but-
have a phone.
yeah, but when
they all do Netflix.
You always interrupt. I can agree with where Matt's going to come from is that all these devices have it already. Why didn't you just do it? It should be a built-in thing now.
But you
and
know
it
what?
really should be.
I'm buying a gaming console primarily to game.
Yes.
So I don't need it on there when I have 1,000 devices that do it.
And I get that too.
It's
At this
not
point, I have
important
to
to
play
me.
the devil's advocate where I'm just like, I get
Yeah.
both sides. And both sides are right and wrong. It doesn't matter. If it's on there, great. If not, Fine, whatever.
I mean,
Let me-
I will get over it. It's
Let me
no
give
biggie.
you a perfect
No
example
biggie.
of why it's important. So I was in Dallas last week, okay? Staying overnight. I didn't want to take I didn't want to take my laptop with me
But you
or a
could've-
PS4.
you had
Hold
your
on.
phone.
I don't want to watch. Do you see these things? These don't work. I don't want to sit here and be like in bed and be like, "Oh, what are you going to do now, doctor?" Uh-oh. No.
Oh, you watched
That's
House too.
sorry, that was loud, but I don't want to do that. I want to be able to take my Switch that plugs into a TV, take it, click because I took my Switch with me and that was it, and plug that into the dock and watch Amazon Prime Video or something like that.
Okay, but I know for a fact that you watch things on your phone in bed.
When I'm about ready to go to sleep, when I
So-
want to watch like, you know,
You have that.
if
I'm just
sitting,
saying.
if I'm eating dinner, like I'm sitting there like eating like chilies and stuff, I don't want to be like, you know, like hold the phone like
You can't focus on just eating real quick and then watching something?
No, I cannot. This is an unbiased show. We
What's
call
wrong
it
with
as
you
we see it.
kids today?
A lot of things.
Read a book. No, I'm
Get
kidding.
medicated.
Yeah, because you can only do that while you're eating too. But so that's why
No.
it's
I
a
get it,
simple
but it's
thing.
not that big of a
it
deal.
wouldn't be that much trouble. Why isn't it there? You have time. That's fine.
If
but
it's
you
just
need
a
to.
software thing, why didn't they
Yeah,
just put
just
it on?
talk about
That's
it.
the main
Just
argument
say-
I hear from a lot of
Yeah,
people.
I want Nintendo to say yes, this is coming.
Or no, we're not going to do it. That's not
'Cause
what we're
that's
Except for
fine
their,
focusing on.
too.
their maybe someday garbage. I
Yeah.
hate that.
I'm fine with being told no.
As long as we know,
fine.
there's no reason for it not to. But I mean,
No, but if you don't want to do it,
just
that's
say no.
Fine.
Just say no. Yeah, that's great. But that soapbox off.
It's like the same people that argue about why aren't all systems backwards compatible. I don't care.
See, at that rate, that's money though. where
Yeah,
different
it
hardware
gets
in some
expensive.
cases.
It gets expensive, but as long as you're focusing on making games for which you're made,
It's whatever.
I'm happy. Whatever. I'll
Yeah, I
keep
agree.
my
I
other
don't need that
consoles.
stuff. Exactly.
I'm an adult.
it's like
I
I've
can
said,
buy my
w-
stuff or not buy it. It's fine.
We'll cap it. It's like I've said. It's about standards, and I know Nintendo doesn't care, but they
Wow.
really do want to maintain standards. They don't. I mean, they don't try to be like everybody else, but there are some cases where you need to be like, we're competitive. See, we do this. It's okay. I know that Nintendo is
I
like
just
the
feel
forever
like-
hipster game
I just
developer,
feel
but-
like they know that you have all of these other devices that
you
do
should
these
never
things.
assume also. What
That's
if they don't
true.
have it? What
But-
if that is their only thing?
But pretty much everybody in this day and age, you can
Doesn't matter.
admit.
But what,
You can't
what about the
assume.
20 people
Hold
that
on.
don't?
I'm just saying that they know that you probably have that. People were complaining that they wanted their system to be less casual. They're coming out with these games like Dragon Quest Heroes, Disgaea 5, Payday,
Would
whatever.
You quit
Sorry.
hitting the desk with the microphone.
You know,
it's like an
so
earthquake in the mic right now.
the-
It's just go, 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 go.
the Octopath Traveler game looks really great. It has Octo in the title. Of course, I'm gonna play it. Are you noticing the pattern? Tentacles.
Tentacle!
Octopi, squiddies. I love them.
Eight path traveler.
But it's
It's a lot less cool if you say it like that, though. It's like, where'd you go? Those ways.
yeah. But
There
yeah.
are some cool stuff. You know, Skyrim's going to come out eventually. I'm not going to bother playing it just because I have the superior
No,
version
why?
already.
Yeah,
But
well,
there, I
Because
do
it's
know some
cool to
people
That is
be
the
able to play
remake
that on the go.
Morrowind.
Yeah, I do know
Not
some people
the online.
that haven't played Skyrim before and that own a Switch and they're looking forward to taking it on the go.
Or
Good for
people,
them.
or
That-
people who play Skyrim religiously and they want to play it on the go.
And that's good for them too. That's
That would be
great.
cool.
You know, that's fine.
That's fine. It's
So anyway, so people, they're trying to. I feel like in their own way, they're trying
In
to.
their own twisted wrong way.
No, they're just trying to meet these demands from different people.
and not everyone's gonna get.
We will meet them with puppets. I've already spoken about how much I like Nintendo. Okay, GameCube, unbiased show. Call it to see it. Okay, so what else? Maybe we'll see. I'm guessing we'll see some of the DLC story stuff for Zelda. Probably. That'd be
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Maybe
Why
give
did
me a
they
reason.
make that game so easy? Like I haven't played it, but I've heard everyone talk about how easy it was to get through.
It's
Ganon.
easy. It's super hard, and don't let anyone lie to you. And this game was easy. It's not easy in the beginning. They're lying. If you think Zelda's easy in the beginning, you're lying, and you're wrong. Sorry, unbiased gaming show. Call it to see it. It's easy once you get the superpowers and like the thousands of full recovery health foods. If you aren't using all of that, you still get one-shotted all the time. Like the I can't remember the name, but the centaur creatures, they will still beat the crap out of you until you have the ability to stun it constantly. But if you aren't doing all that stuff, it's still pretty hard.
Why do you get struck with lightning almost every time you
We
wear
talked about this last time. I don't care.
I'm still trying to figure it out though.
Because it's a game and there's centaurs and there's magic and the physics are different. Why can you climb a mountain with no handholds on it by a ball? Why not? There are rock monsters, John. Rock monsters.
No.
Yes. No, really. It was one of the first things I fought. It scared the hell out of me because it come out of the ground. I was like, I have a stick. Moving on. Moving right along. Anyone else got anything else for Nintendo?
No.
Ready?
No.
John? Lightning bolt.
I'm just saying, I'm willing to put on armor and stand out in the rain just to
Lightning
prove
bolt.
this wrong.
Lightning bolt. And that's the point when.
Hey, if it happens, then you'll be right. And Nintendo will be right.
That would be a first. Anyways.
Hey, man, this is an unbiased show.
We call it as we see it.
I'll get a ladder, man.
We got okay. So just to round everything out,
Yep.
we're gonna go through. We just have a list of other games
Just
we can just rapid
things
fire.
that they've been mentioning.
So Final Fantasy VII remake
I am looking forward
Sorry.
to it,
someday.
but someday.
Exactly. Final Fantasy 12 remake. Don't
Are
care.
they still talking about doing that as episodic?
Yep.
Though? Okay.
Whatever. I want to see
As
what
long
it is
as
more.
because 7 has a lot of really good points where you can wrap it up nicely.
Exactly.
Like leaving Midgar.
Mhm.
That could be the end.
Oh yeah.
Where you get out of Midgar.
Mhm.
Perfect. When you get to the Golden Saucer and things start happening there and you finally leave there. That's
Uh-huh.
another great point. So yeah, I can see how that
There's
could
plenty
be
of
episodic.
chances as long as there's content and it's not super expensive.
Well, that's the other thing. Now, if you made it like the third to half the price of a full game, sure.
yeah.
So is
It's
it
not
supposed to
gonna
be
happen.
remastered completely?
100%. They changed
Oh,
the combat
lovely.
system.
That's
Everything.
where I'm
Lovely.
like, remakes like that, cool.
Hmm.
Where you made it HD and it's the same game, but you just made the pixels look prettier. I don't care.
No.
That's my main argument, like from earlier. But this, they are fully remaking the game, which is great. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Granted, fans have been asking for this for years, and it took them this long.
I never thought they'd do it.
But it's coming, so
They may not do
I'm
it.
okay
12,
with that.
I'm actually looking
It's
forward
coming.
to, only because it is international version that
Yeah.
they're remaking, and I couldn't get through the original 12. Something about it just didn't grab me.
I can tell you what grabbed me about 12. I hated it. Had some great character design. Had airships.
Yeah.
Had sky pirates.
The art was beautiful.
Art was
The
great.
character design was
In some
awesome.
cases, awesome.
But I've
Vaughn looked
heard
like
the
Michael Jackson.
I
international
like
was
the
better.
bunny girl. She was
No,
really
Fran
cute.
was great. I was
Yeah.
talking about Vaughn.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get into the story at all. And if a Final Fantasy
They
can't
need to
grasp me
really
the story,
quit making Final Fantasy characters with these like mopey, really
hey,
pathetic.
hey, you leave Noctis alone, all right?
I like
He was a
him.
troubled man with trouble. I mean, I get Noctis because he did kind of like.
Why have to just have some normal guys? Like, you know what? Things need to get done.
Well,
Let's
they
do it.
they had Zidane and no one really liked him.
I loved that
except
game.
for you.
But even he wasn't real, and
where
went
he was-
crazy closer to the end.
He was Goku, pretty much.
yeah, kind of.
But I would. I hated 12. 12 is what like took me off the Final Fantasy roller coaster, pretty much.
I quit Final Fantasy for a while after that.
It was kind of blah. But I mean, some people really liked it. Some people love it. If you love it, that's great.
I think I'm
I
gonna.
still can't do 13.
I wasn't
No.
the biggest fan of it either. Like, and I couldn't really get into it. But I think now that I'm older and in a different headspace, I'm gonna try it again.
Good luck.
You are.
Just because I just want to see. I just want to see. I remember the music driving me crazy
Because it was the first
because
Final
it was
Fantasy
like
that Nubo also.
yeah, and it was super
And that
repetitive.
hit like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what helps make a Final Fantasy is the music.
One of many
So like
components,
even if you
yeah.
didn't like the characters, well, no,
No.
because it's the music and the characters.
Good
but
Final Fantasy
even
is
if you
good
didn't
for
like
many reasons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
12 was missing a lot of that, I think.
But I think I could forgive it if I didn't like the gameplay, or I didn't like the main character. I liked the other characters, maybe not the main character. If the music was good, if all the other elements were in place, I don't think it would have bothered
you
me
like
as much.
Fran and Bosch and stuff like that. So the other characters, I get it. But I mean, all right, moving along. So we already talked about Cyberpunk. Yes, please. Brit cries during Cyberpunk segment. Cool. Danganronpa coming to PS4.
I love Danganronpa. I'm super excited about that. They're so good.
It's a cool, weird Phoenix Wright plus
It
murder game.
is.
Something fell.
Ghosts.
Whatever.
But so
Moida.
that game's awesome. It's got like an evil like sadomasochistic teddy bear.
Yeah.
It's okay. Awesome looking game. Definitely not for everybody. But,
Yeah, no.
but cool.
I've tried them, and I can't get through them.
It's
not my thing.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
okay.
First one
I'll
was
play it.
okay. Second one's
Okay.
looking to be better. Space combat.
Now, is this
Yeah.
one going to have a campaign?
Campaign.
Nice.
Full campaign. Yeah.
Lovely.
No season pass.
What?
All right.
No season pass at all.
Isn't this EA?
This is EA,
Oh,
right?
wow.
I know.
That's impressive.
Light at the end of the tunnel, and it may be the train, but they do not want to divide the community. They're saying so. That's great. We just talked about how bad that could be.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's good. That
Well,
they're doing
EA
that
has
way.
had experience with that. Do you remember the online passes? Yeah.
Yeah.
They know better.
Can't play the game unless you buy it new, kind of thing. Yeah, no, that's horrible. So we got that Destiny 2. It's Destiny more.
I'm looking forward to
So
it. I'm not as excited as some other people that I know.
Yeah, Monica Jr.
Monica Jr. Mainly Monica.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
But-
I mean, I liked the game. It was actually because of them that I even tried it.
And they're adding more.
And then
There's
I
vehicles in it
Burned
now.
through the story. I loved
yeah.
it, but
So it's going to
I
be
didn't care
good
about all the
on
extra
PC now. Great, which is I can actually play it and enjoy it without having to use a stick,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So
See, I
that's
think
really
that's
awesome.
smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it was a mistake
Throwing
to
it
put it
on
on
PC.
PC.
no, I'm really
unfortunately.
hoping
Absolutely.
that they cross-platform that.
I still
I
unfortunately
don't think
doubt
they
it, but
won't, but it would be cool.
it would be
Because
awesome.
I'd like to be able to link up
Oh,
with
yeah.
people. Because you could go through Sony's network or someone else.
Well, there's no dedicated server, so as long as you've got the internet connection, screw it.
Just go, yeah,
Go
that's
for
right.
it. Moving along, there's a new Harvest Moon, and it's not just for Nintendo though.
Yay.
Which I mean, I think Harvest Moon games are great. I've never been able to get into Stardew Valley, but
No, I've tried to like a Harvest Moon. I've tried to force myself through
He
Harvest Moon.
loves Harvest
yeah,
Moon.
it's one of those not for everyone games. I think they're
I'll
great.
play Minecraft.
I don't like the new ones that much, actually. I
I
like
can't
the
get
old
into
school
Minecraft.
ones, but like we know people that have every single Harvest Moon BAM. So this is cool, and it's going to be on PS4, which is way out there.
Rune Factory was on the PS4.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh no, I'm not sorry. Not PS4, PS3.
PS3 had a
Yeah,
Factory.
Rune Factory was on the PS3. Sorry.
So that it's cool though. That's getting around.
But yeah, that would be cool.
Red Dead 2 delayed
Whenever,
till sometime
but-
2018.
Sad.
Red Dead's gonna be great though. It's
That's
Rockstar.
okay.
Take
It
your
will.
time.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
absolutely.
actually excited about the next one, though. A little bit. Just a little, because that's when I actually liked that game.
No, I talked about this. So Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. You're going to World of War.
Or, yeah, World War II,
World War
yeah.
II.
Don't
Thank
care,
you.
Don't care about multiplayer, but I will play it for the campaign.
Yes.
Because that was just some of my first shooters
know-
were PS2 Call of Duty Medal of Honor, and that visceral
Yeah.
kind of that was
Those
awesome.
were
I
cool.
definitely think that that's their forte. So it was smart of them to go back. A lot of people are super hyped for
Gonna
it.
miss the robots.
But in a way, it makes me a little bit sad
Why?
that because
the cycle begins
it's,
again.
it's like you're telling them, no, I don't want anything different. I don't want you to try to be innovative. I want the
want you to
same
be
thing over and
innovative
over and over again,
within
and
that
I'll
same
buy it.
realm.
yeah.
It's not that I want the same thing. Give me new stories. Give me the new gameplay. But you were fine in the realistic war aspect.
And it's been like a decade.
I just feel like it encourages that, because a lot of people
I
were
get
like,
where you're coming from, though.
"This is."
That's also that's that fan base,
Yeah.
and they want what they want, and they never want anything else. And even when they get what they want, they're probably gonna complain anyway. So it's okay.
But yeah, this will probably be the first one I've bought.
Unbiased game show.
Yeah, since PS2.
Yeah.
But we will definitely try it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll play it for
I
the
will
campaign.
Play it. My brothers love Call of Duty, so I'll probably play it with them. But yeah,
Okay.
What awesome. Well, so what is Far Cry 5? Did you see the video for that today?
I have not.
that looks awesome.
I haven't looked yet.
It's set in Montana,
Okay.
and there's
But okay.
and there's a cult, a crazy religious cult. Like the video has like all these pretty landscapes,
no.
and it swings by a church, and you can hear the bell being ring, and someone's ringing it with a guy's head. And I'm just like, sign me up. I'm there. It's Far
Whatever.
Cry. I'm down.
for sure.
They're fun games.
Yeah,
They
exactly. Shadow of War, Tolkien turning in his grave. Probably going to be a great game though. That
It'll
looks
be
awesome.
great. I will play it.
Marvel's Capcom Infinite I have on here because it has Sigma in it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be awesome. Sigma and Ultron fuse. It's like,
Whatever.
and it's got Mega Man X and stuff like that. So I'll play it just because it's got a lot of my favorite Capcom characters in it. I don't care about Marvel characters, but Mega Man X, maybe new Mega Man game.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We never. Who knows? What else we got here? Sonic Mania. We already kind of talked about that. Sonic Forces. Have you seen the stuff for Sonic Forces lately?
No.
Have you?
All I know is you can create your own
Yes,
character.
you can! Finally! You can create your own Sonic
Did you ask
character.
for this?
So what was it like?
I didn't ask for this.
Did you ask for this?
I know a lot of people are super excited about it.
Why would I care?
What was this like hybrid Pichu Sonic thing that got really? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not talk about on this show. No.
That was a thing though, right?
No.
It's probably going to be.
It
made.
is a thing. We're not talking about it.
It's going to be made.
But
you know.
there are so many like original Sonic characters that people have done and stuff like that. And don't say it, but there's a huge community like that. Like like the whole like the cheesy Cold Steel
Furries?
thing you've seen online and everything like that. Sure, but I think it's kind of cool. I'll probably create original character because I've always been a huge Sonic fan. So like this evil, like wrathful bunny with a flamethrower. Why not, John? Why not?
Because
I think it could be fun.
myself far too much.
Well, that's just too bad for you because I'll do it. I think it's kind of a cool idea. Plus, the game looks good, anyways.
It could be fun. I want
if
to
it's
create
got
my own
good
character.
gameplay, then I'm not gonna care. Not
I
really.
liked creating my character in Little Big Planet. Yeah, you could earn so many things and customize your puppet. It was great.
Different powers though in Sonic Forces also.
Okay.
There's like I think 8 or 9 different power sets you can do also, which change. It's like how Knuckles changed Sonic 3. It's like that, but even more. So I'm okay with it.
I
That's
think
gonna
it could be
awesome.
fun.
We'll see.
As long as it's a good Sonic game, I don't really care.
Yeah.
What else we got? Yeah, Lawbreakers. Have you played this yet or seen anything for it? It's from the guys who did Unreal Tournament. So it's like I played it over the weekend
Unreal
actually.
Tourney.
And I played it when I was at PAX.
Aren't they doing the new Unreal?
I don't think so.
Or was it?
What's this?
No, something else.
This feels unreal to me.
Okay.
That's unreal.
Yeah, I'll probably play it.
It's an arena shooter with different classes, and in the center of every level, there's like an anti-gravity zone. So it's like low gravity Unreal Tournament, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can blind fire. So if you're like the big fat guy with the rocket launcher that slumbers everywhere, once you get to the low gravity area, you just like boof and go flying around. It's just like it sounds. It's super fun.
All right.
It's gonna be $30 on PS4. So yeah, it looks fun.
Okay.
It's my kind of shooter where it's kind of like woo kind of stuff.
I don't want to take it seriously.
No, it's not meant to be at all.
And
No.
that's good.
There's a character that has a jetpack and a minigun, and her ultimate attack is she's a lot like Farah from Overwatch, where Farah's ultimate attack is she shoots lots of rockets. This person just launches herself at you really fast. It's like poof. It's like it's that kind of game. Yeah. What else we got? Darksiders 3. Sure. No, 1 was okay. 2 was great, I thought.
Okay. It wasn't me. It was another one of those like beat 'em or the hack and slash kind of things where I get bored.
It was almost like Zelda, though.
But it had a lot of like puzzle elements, yeah.
It was a weird game.
I couldn't
Borrowed
get
a
into
lot.
it. But again, another game that's on my list. I own both. I just need to make it through them.
So that's cool. We're very slowly
My
getting the
Steam
sequels.
library is scary.
Yeah, it is. Me too.
Thank you, Steam sales.
We have Ni no Kuni 2, so if you want to cry some more and play a great RPG with great music, there you go.
I wouldn't. I couldn't handle Ni no Kuni. I could not handle it.
It's really good, but it's kind of sad.
No.
But it's got that
Never
amazing
again.
music by Joe Hiyashi.
Never again.
It's just that Miyazaki video game universe works better than you think it would.
That's never coming out.
Wait. So Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah, right. More rumors that we're actually going to get some
hope
new stuff
so.
and possibly a tentative release year.
A game,
Not date,
like, we're
year.
gonna get a
There's
game?
actually it's Kingdom
gonna
Hearts
be like-
2.99999 repeating.
Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out 2020, and then 2020 hits. Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out like 2030, whatever.
2030.
Yeah. It's like never
Kingdom
gonna
Hearts
come.
3, that's
And
gonna-
then we're 80, and it's like Kingdom Hearts is finally coming out, and then the next day
And they
we
just
die.
cancel it.
I'm kidding.
No, what's probably going to happen is there's going to be this very polite Japanese man walk out and be like, it's not coming out. Drops the mic and walks away. And, like rides away on a Segway or something.
You know what? If he laughs at the end, I'm fine.
I have faith, but didn't they say that that creative team was working on Final Fantasy 15?
A lot of them were.
So have they not been working on Kingdom Hearts 3?
Exactly.
Son of a gun. That makes
that's
me
not what you wanted
so
to say.
sad.
Yeah, so that's the problem. But it's okay, because now they are. So it's fine. Most of them. Some of
Except
them.
it's going to take another 10 years.
What? Borderlands?
Borderlands 3, there's been like little test footage. So they've mentioned that they're working on something for it. So we might see some of that, which is great because Gearbox isn't making anything else because Battleborn was crap. And yeah, unbiased gaming show calls, we see it. If you like it, great. You're one of the 12 people who do. Bloodborne 2. This isn't confirmed. There's just rumors for it.
That'd be cool.
But coincidentally, they just announced an $800 Bloodborne statue. He's going to be up for pre-order soon. It's this really big, super hyper detailed hunter standing on top of this building with like a shotgun and stuff like that. And so, and they're also all done with Darksiders now. So one would think maybe Bloodborne 2.
Maybe.
I'm okay with it. I'd love to have Bloodborne 2.
Is there going to be a statue for 800? That's stupid.
It's like one of those crazy, like they make statues, like some of the like the Hulkbuster, the $1,000 Hulkbuster statue and stuff like that. I mean, it's really pretty, and if you have the money to burn, great. But I'd rather buy robots. But anyway.
Yeah.
So that's mostly to wrap it up. We're going to end this with one more question. And it's just straight up wishful thinking. If you could have anything, and I say it says here on the notes, any game, but anything announced at E3 this year, what would it be?
I have a few, actually, so I'll go last.
Well, Rock, yeah? Okay.
Or, yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead. What do you
Okay.
got?
I would love for Nintendo with a Switch to do another Eternal Darkness.
See, but that
Or
fell through when the
a
Kickstarter went.
Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame.
Another
Okay.
Fatal Frame. I would love that.
Now it'd work really great with the Switch.
Right?
Yep, take it with
Because
you.
you can move it around.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
I feel like it would be
that would be pretty cool.
pretty boss. I would really like another Devil May Cry.
Rumors actually about that one.
Really?
Yeah,
I
baby.
did not know that.
Yeah.
That's exciting. And
Dante's back
of
and
course,
his hair don't suck. Sorry.
and of course, Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I really just want something.
that's-
Like, it doesn't have to be coming out. Just give me some new Cyberpunky goodness. Please.
And that's it.
Is what you got? Mm-hmm. I'm simple. F-Zero. I think it's funny. As much as I hate Nintendo, I will come crawling back on my hands and knees
I thought
through
you
the
didn't
mud.
hate them. It's an unbiased show.
I hate Nintendo. We're an unbiased show. We call it as we see it.
He really loves
I will
them.
come right back to Nintendo saying, I'm sorry, Papa, please give me back my racers. Give me back the Falcon Punch. I don't care. I mean, and the games sell. Like, Fast
I'll
Racing
punch you.
sells great. They're releasing Red Out, which is great. Give me, but none of them feel right. Like, Fast Racing feels more like Wipeout. Red Out plays fine, but it feels a lot like Wipeout too. Like, I want that F-Zero feeling again. I want that look. I want just the dynamic was unique to that game. I just want it back, man. I want that back, and I want it on the Switch.
Would you be satisfied with my Falcon Punch?
No. Actually, I get it regardless. I got it earlier on the show.
That's true. You did.
It's not the same. You don't even have the hat.
I can get the hat.
But that's, I mean, there's other things. Like, I'd love to have a Cyberpunk. There's other things. But that's,
To those of you that didn't understand that, that's my last name. Anyway, moving on.
anyway, so it's a Falcon Punch.
Not
I keep trying to
punch,
join
Falcon.
the military and be captain. But that's, I mean, there's
Yeah,
other
she
things I
wouldn't make
want.
it that
But
far.
that's really, I know it's not going to happen at this point. I've given up. But if it happens, I would just be so, I'd be pleased it's Punch.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to crush you.
What you got?
I would like Sony to
Do even
kind of-
more cool stuff. Sorry.
I'd like them to bite the bullet and really put a lot of effort into their handhelds because they make excellent
Yeah.
handhelds. And
You saw that patent thing, right? Yeah, there is a I don't know if it's true or not, but a patent filed of a Sony handheld that looks a lot like a Switch, but like
Whatever.
more powerful.
I'll get it.
that's
done-
great. As long like the Vita came out and I wanted it instantly because
Yeah.
it looked great. It
It's a
played
great system.
but they don't give it support. And
It was
I
all
think,
third party. Yeah.
and that's a great thing, but they have exclusives that would work on the system. Granted, we
There are-
did get the Uncharted, which was actually pretty cool. I didn't necessarily like the whole swiping on the screen to jump and stuff,
Yeah.
but I didn't have to do that.
Options.
It was optional. So that's great. But I think that they get into this mentality that, oh, it didn't sell really well at first, so let's just not worry about it. It's not getting, or it's not outbeating any of the Nintendo handhelds, so never mind. But they got to realize that Nintendo's been making handhelds
Couple weeks
30, 20 years?
since
No,
the Game Boy came out in was it early 90s or late 80s?
late 80s, I
So
thought.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
Almost 30 years.
They have that reputation, and you're still pretty new at it. So you're going to go through some lemons, and you're going to go through some bad time, but you have to keep giving it support until people go, oh, I want a handheld.
Yeah.
Let's do that one. I want to try this game because that looks neat. You have to keep dumping crap onto it until it finally gets picked up by people.
But it's not like the Vita did horribly. I mean,
No.
Sony told us that the Vita actually sold pretty well.
For its own, it had a niche market, but it did well in that market,
They have
though.
fantastic games
They do,
for it.
but there's not a lot.
And there's
No.
they're making another Yomawari. I don't know if you knew that.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm super
that's
stoked.
surprising. 'Cause that was
I'm
like a weird
stoked.
game in its own right there.
Yeah, I'm super happy about that.
Heck yeah.
And then the Udawari Mono that
Yeah.
we were talking about, that looks really good too.
That's
So
epic.
they're pumping out. They're coming out with more Tokyo Tattoo Girls.
But,
like
but,
they're
so,
coming
but
out with
Sony
good stuff.
hasn't been making them, though. Is I think what John's saying. There's no
Yeah.
first party.
Sony's not doing it.
It's the opposite of what Nintendo has a problem with. But no, I'd
But
love to
I
see that
don't
too. That'd
mind
be
as
great.
long as, and that's the market they cater to. Like, I will take good RPGs on that system. That's what makes them stand
You give me
above.
RPGs on the go, I am happy.
I love Nintendo. I love my 3DS. You can ask him. I have a million 3DSs, all the Zelda ones. But that's what makes the Vita stand apart from the 3DS for me. Is all of those fantastic RPGs.
And I'd like them to start releasing some of the exclusives that they give to other countries here, because we got, 3 colors?
Yeah, the different designs, like the Gundam Vita.
That would be so cool. That's
But why not release it?
Yeah.
Even in a limited, test the water. At least test it. See if it's going to go.
Let me order it.
I really wanted that blue
Exactly.
one.
You know. Yeah, there's been some really pretty ones.
There has been,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh well. But awesome.
You have fans, not just in Japan, obviously.
Promise.
So, I guess the other thing from them as well is I would like full games on my VR. Things that I feel like I'm having to really get immersed into. I might be in this thing for 40 plus hours trying to play that. Not at once, because I'd probably go crazy.
Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Yeah, that's great.
We need to
Super
play
stoked.
that.
I am not playing that.
Come on, please.
Yes.
That's gonna be.
Fine.
Pooper.
I'll play it.
Yay.
Is that like his rank? It's like Pooper John.
Super John.
How's the engineer coming? How's the engines? Oh,
Have you seen
pretty
Bug's Life?
pretty crappy.
I decided to kill
John.
you all. Prepare for impact.
Start playing
seen
initial
Bug's
D
Life?
music.
Yeah, I've seen a Bug's Life.
Yeah, when Heimlich's like, don't listen to them, they're poo-poo heads.
Thanks for that.
So cute. Anyway,
Bug's
that's me.
Life.
That's me
Well,
to
yeah,
you.
The
my main
happiest
thing
person
Moving
in
on.
the samurai.
The system that I like the most is I would rather them start doing things that I know that they're capable of and just pull ahead, because
There you go.
you're worth it.
Unbiased gaming show. We call it as we see it.
I'm completely biased.
Call it as we see it.
The show is unbiased. The hosts and guests are not.
Robots.
Robots.
Right, so that's it. What we got? What games do you want to see? What do you want to see out of E3 this year? Let us know at where is it, Britt?
Oh, yeah. GameOverVideogames.com. Wait, podcast stuff.
Podcast at
Email
GameOverVideogames.com.
podcast at GameOverVideogames.com. There you go.
There we go.
Podcast
They really get this.
at GameOverVideogames.com.
.com.
Repeating it multiple times doesn't fix your screw up.
So it's like,
You've already screwed
what's
up.
that, Brittany? Pancakes, donuts.
I'll take donuts, dude.
No, we don't have donuts here. They're not allowed in the store.
No food. But yeah, let us know what you want to hear. If you like the show, share the show with your friends. Comment on the YouTube channel. Well, yeah, let us know what you thought, man. It's all right. But yeah, we're out here. I'm going home. As
Just
always,
don't
I'm
be too
Matt.
mean, 'cause we're
This is
sensitive
John.
souls.
I'm John.
Just kidding.
That's Brittany.
That is.
And yeah, signing off. I'll see you later. Welcome back to another episode of Why You Might Be Insane for Not Going to Classic Game Fest this year. This month, arcades. Remember the good old days when you would sneak away from your parents to spend all your money on a game like Metal Slug or Ninja Turtles, only to get killed before getting to level 3? Well, it's your chance at redemption. This year at Classic Game Fest, we're going to have tons of retro arcade cabinets running for you to play. No quarters required. This time it'll be different. I believe in you. Classic Game Fest, July 29th and 30th. Tickets on sale now.